story. This isn't a time of peace. It's against the principalities and the powers that are puppeteering the people. And we are in a position to see souls set free. This has been the ancient war cry throughout all the generations of the Hebrew nation. Rock!
He's missing.
Can we turn the air down one more notch before we get started?
He said, "Turn the fan up and turn the air down."
No, it's still blowing.
You want it colder?
Is it blowing on you? You got it?
I can feel it.
Okay,
Can you feel
good.
it, Christopher?
I'll be all right. All right.
All right. Welcome back. We've had a pretty long absence or vacation.
Good old snowstorm.
Yeah. Snowmageddon happened.
Shoot. Christmas happened. When did we? I don't even know when we recorded last.
It was before Christmas.
Yeah, so Christmas is
Was
happened,
it or
New
after
Year's?
Christmas?
No, it was before.
No, it was after. The women's episode was after.
Yeah, it was after.
And then Amanda and I recorded one before Snowmageddon.
Mm-hmm.
And then Snowmageddon happened at the end of January.
Mm.
So for y'all, this is February the 9th.
Yes.
Hopefully we'll get back on some type of, at least every other week schedule.
Mm.
So welcome back to the Battle Room Podcast. We haven't left y'all.
Still here.
I got a bunch of people that have been asking. Matter of fact, my first cousin, Christopher Richardson, or no, that's him. Christopher Lucius. He reached out because today is me and Amanda's anniversary, 11 years. And
amen.
Yeah. Y'all know.
Hallelujah.
And congratulations to me and condolences to her. Anyways, he reached out and he, happy anniversary, this and that and the other. And then he said, man, I absolutely love y'all's podcast. And he's all the way in Virginia, right outside of Washington. So
that's cool.
Cool.
So we're back. Hopefully we'll figure things out. Your job's kind of crazy.
Yeah, but that's not going to end. But at least the holidays are behind us.
Yeah.
The Snowmageddon's behind us. Yep. I mean, we're all in short sleeves.
Yeah. Yeah. Duck season was finally over with yesterday for me. And so we blame it on Snowmageddon and jobs. And Stanton's got little kids, but I also wasn't really available on Saturdays and Sunday afternoons.
Yeah.
Yesterday was the last day of duck season.
Mm.
It was a veterans hunt. So I got to go in the morning with some veterans. Matter of fact, we've had him on the podcast before, Mason Ross. He and I went together, and then Dayton took me yesterday afternoon, and we had a good time. I goofed up a shot on a mallard. Had a mallard.
Is that a hunting term for you missed?
Oh, I straight up missed. Yeah. When you miss the deer, what do you say?
I don't say I goofed up a shot.
Yeah, you did.
Pulled a shot.
Yeah.
He pulled a shot.
The last time he missed one, he said, I messed up a shot.
Yeah.
I said, what does that mean? He said, well, he's still alive. So this mallard comes in over the trees. We're fixing to leave. We were going to try to leave before shooting light was over with so that Dayton could go to his grandma's and eat dinner. And so he's a better caller than me. I'm trying to teach myself, about pass out every time I try to do it. So he went just to call for me. And, if some cripples or whatever, he could help. Like I could hand him the gun, he could help or whatever. And anyways, everybody's looking at me smiling.
I don't know what he's talking about.
So he's over there, and we got axe too. We're working axe the last day of the season. He's over there fumbling around in the bag, and we didn't see some wood ducks that look like juvenile mallards. That's how big these wood ducks were. And we thought they were until you heard them do the wood duck whistle. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, twee, whatever. It's a whistle.
It's good.
That's a mallard right there. So then I said, no, Dayton, that's a big duck. Because then when he came down, you could tell he was really big. And Dayton was closer to him than I was. And he said, that's a mallard. And then, so where we were hunting, I don't really want to say where we're hunting, but someone allowed me to hunt their hole. It's about 100 yards or so of waterfront where that flooded field, where we're sitting, straight down to the left and right. it went to the left and no duck calls. And so I was like, well, I got this Drake whistle. And then you can do it again. Yeah. So I was doing that. And, dude, about 100 yards, that dude, he just cut back like this. He come in and Dayton said, he's coming right to you. And so about 50 yards out, I quit blowing on that whistle. It's like I was pulling him on a string, dude. It was picture perfect. And in my mind, he was already on the water.
Yeah.
And I had bragging rights because no one's killed a mallard out of that hole. And I'm going to say his nickname. You'll know who I'm talking about. Heavy. I was going to send a picture to Heavy. And he got to backpedaling. Dayton said, kill him. He's about 25, 30 yards in front of me. And I threw up.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, in my mind, he was on the water.
He was thinking about everything except for the present.
Yes. I'm thinking, I can't wait to rub this in. I hope it has a band, all this stuff. And I went, boom. And he didn't fall. Now, keep in mind, I just shot 2 wood ducks coming in at Mike Jesus back to back. First one, second one, they hit the ground. And they were further out than he was. Boom. Then he's like, no,
He's like,
I don't
crap,
want it.
I didn't go.
I don't want it in the water. So I panicked and pulled the second shot instead of what I actually pulled it. Like, boom, when
you realize you missed him the first time.
And then the third shot, he was way over here and I shot. And you can hear him going, and Dayton goes, no. So it's out there for the world.
That's all right.
I missed the mallard. So that would have been
it's a way to finish the season off there.
Yeah. Well, I was in on getting 4 mallards. We floated the river. I know for sure I hit one because I was the only one that shot at it. I'm getting him mounted because he's the biggest daggum mallard I ever seen. So anyway, so we're back. We got a guest. David's going to introduce him. We know him, but the Battle Room Podcast.
The world doesn't know him.
Yeah.
So.
I don't know if we got the world anymore. They're like, oh, they done fell off the world. So we got like 3 viewers probably at this point. So, and you know all 3 of them. So
yeah, no, this is our good friend Chris Richardson. We've been scaring him for a while, threatening to have him on here, and so finally
ever since it started,
we're like, you're gonna get on there. It's just a matter of time. So so we've been trying and just couldn't get it all worked out, but yeah. So Chris, you want to just I'll let you introduce yourself to the world, to the web world. Yeah. Who are you?
Welcome to the spotlight.
Yeah. Who's tell us a little bit about yourself, your family, where you go to church, how you know us rascals, knuckleheads, and then we'll segue into the hot topic of the day.
We let him pick the topic.
Yes, we do.
So
yeah,
I don't have a title, but I got a topic.
Oh, don't worry.
ChatGPT will get the title for you.
That's how I believe we start every episode.
Yeah,
that way.
Yeah.
We don't know what the title is going to be.
No, I think if you're going the same direction what you talked about the last time, you kind of mentioned the title,
right?
So I think I'm gonna go with that. So you still going in the same direction?
Yeah.
All right. So it's going to be mental battle struggles 2.0 is what it's going to be.
Right.
So
yeah.
All
right. Let's see. I've been going to Dixie since 2010, I think it is, and that's when we met y'all.
Mm-hmm.
I think that fall we was talking about football. I don't know. Did we go to a football game that year? Or was it the following year?
I think it was the following year.
The following year.
We found our common interest.
Yes. And it took off from there. And I knew Stanton when he was a little pup, skinny little pup.
Yeah, long time ago.
JP.
100 pounds ago.
No, it was more than 100 pounds ago.
I was giving you more. Anyways, go ahead. I'm sorry.
JP, we met Faith Walk 7, my walk.
Yeah, so March of 2015.
The snow walk.
Yep, snow walk.
Now, the only reason why I remember him is because I ran out of dip. He says, somebody said you ran out of dip. You want this can? I'm like, you going to give me the whole can? He goes, yeah. I was like
my kind of place.
My man.
Did I really?
Yes.
I don't even remember that.
Yeah.
He said, where do you go to church at?
I don't
Sound like you already.
I don't even remember that. That's a little out of character.
Mighty.
I'm like, I get some, I give some.
Just give you one.
Sound
chance.
like you already, buddy. Free can. You can't beat that.
Oh, what was I dipping back then?
Stoker, maybe?
No, it was
that's on-
Grizzly. Because I was doing the same thing.
Okay.
Grizzly straight.
It probably was.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm Stoker's now.
The cheap stuff.
Dude, it's better.
Is it?
Man, yeah. I bought a can of. Here we are on a Christian podcast.
talking about it.
I did ask the world if piss was a bad word.
Every time you say it, you just see David Kearns.
I know he does. I do it on purpose, to be honest.
Did you hear the emphasis
Yeah.
that he used on it?
He said,
it's
piss.
yeah. Wipe the spit off the microphone.
He didn't
I
just
got
say
it
piss.
close
He said,
too.
piss.
Anyways, I bought a can of Skull straight long cut. That's what I used to dip, and then every now and again I throw in that peach, that Skull peach. And first of all, I paid way too much money for it. I didn't realize dip head got that high, and then I stuck it in my mouth, and it tasted like they doused it with gasoline. Like it was nasty.
Tore your mouth up too.
Yeah, it was just nasty, and so, matter of fact, there's only one dip out of that can. I still have that can. And it come down to dipping that, or I forget what they had. It was some old cheap wintergreen. I was like, let me have a pinch of that wintergreen when I was in the duck blind. But just Stoker's is just better. Tastes better.
Yeah.
Anyway, I didn't realize I gave you a can.
Mm-hmm. Sure did.
Just one? Because I guarantee
Yeah,
you I
because you
had
ended up going buying
You probably had
a
a
couple
law
more for me.
Oh,
I gave
okay.
you the money for it, or whoever did. I don't remember.
No, I had a law. I had like 3 or 4 laws. I probably just went and got, if I gave you one can, I gave you.
Probably.
Anyway.
After that, I don't remember.
I'm sorry. Did you make it through the weekend?
No, I made it through the weekend.
There you go.
Froze, but we was good. But anyway.
You make friends when you give them cans of Skull.
Right. That's right.
Give me a can of Skull.
Let's see what else.
Family.
Yeah.
Family. I'm married to Stephanie
Stephanie who?
Richardson.
How many years?
Oh Lord.
Oh,
I
you
said
shouldn't
years.
ask
I
me.
didn't say the
on the
date.
spot.
30. This is 33 years.
Amen.
Okay.
33 in April.
Hey, look, you don't ask a woman how old she is, how much she weighs, and don't ask a man how long he's been married.
That's right. Yeah.
At least not on the
Not
web.
on
Not on the
internet.
podcast.
Good job.
We have twins, boy and a girl, Caleb and Kaylee. They'd be, what, 22,
No, they're 23.
23?
They'll be 23 this year. I think they're 22 now. Yeah, they're 22 now. They'll
Yeah,
be 23.
that's right. Man, I'm getting old, dude.
Let me get.
And Stanton knows
We
that
are old.
because
Well, so I am their what do you call it? Connect class
Connect
teacher. Thank
class,
you.
yeah.
I was about to say Sunday school teacher. It's a little weird saying that, but anyway. But yeah, so I teach their class, and we get to enjoy them in class.
they're a lot of fun.
Oh yeah. Oh, it's cats and dogs. Cats and dogs.
Speaking
Plus,
of
we had our connection through the military. So.
Yeah.
it, yeah.
Yeah, we were all on the guard.
And Chris and I we're in the same Connect class, Sunday school
Yep.
class. So
We've been in the same Connect class ever since
since the get
the
go,
beginning.
yeah. Even when it was like us, y'all, and like 2 other couples,
Right.
we were like,
Mhm.
should we shut this class down?
I
Yeah.
Who was,
kind of wish you had because y'all took the best class from us.
We'll let you
Well,
have some of them back.
No, I didn't say the.
The classroom.
The classroom.
Who was y'all Sunday school teacher back in then?
It was all
2010, 2011?
It
We
was
started off with Wayne Webster.
Wayne started.
Oh,
and-
man.
Yes.
And then when we broke off from that, that was when the big starting to divide classes.
Oh, yeah. They were
and-
trying to make sure they didn't get
so
too big. And
It became me and Tommy Gibson,
oh, yeah. I remember
Yes.
Mr. Tommy.
and I guess I've always been the common denominator, so I don't know if that's a good or bad thing, but yeah, it's gone from let's see, it was from me and Tommy, and then me and Steve Glover,
Mhm.
and then me and
Daniel.
Daniel Downett. So,
Mhm.
and that's who it is currently.
Mhm.
So we
Yeah,
threatened.
so you took Daniel and Amanda from us.
Yes, we
Yes.
stole them.
Yeah.
Stole them from y'all.
Yeah.
They
Well,
they volunteered.
to be a teacher.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they were in our Connect. And we did I joke around. We did have to bust up.
Yeah, y'all were.
because we
Well,
got so big.
and now y'all are
At the point we're gonna have to do something.
Yeah.
to start a third Connect class
Mhm.
Mhm.
because
So we were in
there's no
y'all's
way
school.
y'all can bust up and some of them come to us because we're starting it.
I'll
Yeah.
pick back
Oh,
up
yeah.
too.
It's
Yeah.
good.
Y'all are about too big for your classroom now.
Yeah, I want my old classroom back, bro.
I don't know what we're gonna do.
Hey,
Y'all
we
gonna have to move in
I
the
guess-
sanctuary.
I guess that's the best thing to
Yeah.
do is to give it back to you and then us figure out something.
I mean, y'all are
upstairs.
Squeeze
y'all
them
are already,
in.
dude.
Yeah.
Y'all are already wall to wall in there.
Yeah.
I mean, y'all got them lined up around the wall.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it was crazy last week.
Around
We-
the tables.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Mhm.
Taylor and I even started in y'all's class.
That's a true
That's
story.
Yep.
Yep. So I heard a rumor. So I'm gonna ask you on the air.
Uh-oh.
I
Go
heard-
for it. Because
I
if
heard
you're gonna ask
part-
me on air, I might be all right.
I heard part of the reason why y'all ended up back at Dixie Hills is because of that Connect class.
It was.
Okay.
It
Cool.
was. Because
Awesome.
y'all's Connect class,
Yes,
what you saying? Yeah.
Chris.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah. Because so we left Mercer. We were trying to. She had went to Mercer. I had went to Dixie Hills. I moved over to Mercer for a while with her, and then we felt led to leave Mercer and to. I'll be honest. In my younger years, I jumped churches. Not in a bad way. Like I went for years to one church, and then I was like, all right, I'm not getting fed here. Like I'm getting dessert. I'm not getting my meat and potatoes or whatever you want to say I
Mhm.
needed. And so then I would leave and go somewhere else. Well, then we felt that we bought our house and we moved back, and we were driving 33 minutes, which is not a big deal, but we were driving 33 minutes there, and we were feeling led to move to another church. And I was like, well, let's just go visit Dixie Hills. And so we ended up coming back to Dixie Hills just to try it out. And I was like, a bunch of women, Free Faith Walk from there. And so we went, and then y'all had a class. I was like, oh, we'll go to JP and Amanda's. And I think I knew y'all. Actually, I had been to y'all's class before me and her got married, and I moved to Mercer. I had been in your class by myself when y'all, first started out. And then,
After I started helping Michael and Pete.
yeah. And so when we came back, I was like, yeah, we'll go to JP and Amanda. It's like, Amanda, you love Amanda. We'll go to their class. And so that's when it stuck. And that's when we were like, yep, this is where we need to be.
Mhm. Yeah, that's awesome.
So what do you do for a living?
Me.
That is awesome.
I work for Crown Forklifts. I work on forklifts every day.
What do you mean work
Well,
on
hold
them?
on,
You
do you-
drive them and work on them, or are you mechanic and work on them?
I'm a technician. Field
I
tech.
knew that. I just,
Okay.
Got to let the world know.
yeah.
Let
He
the world
turns
know.
wrenches.
Turn wrenches.
I don't mean that. I didn't mean that.
Hey, that's a
bad.
very
Don't
that's
do
a
that
very
sound bad?
valuable skill these
Dude,
days.
I
Yeah,
love it.
because there's a lot of people that can't turn no wrenches.
No, well, and yes,
Well,
dwindling.
Anybody can
me-
turn wrenches. It's just the
You
diagnosis.
gotta know
part.
how. Yeah.
No, hold on. No, they can't.
I am mechanically ignorant.
I'm gonna be honest. I want you to go to high school, and I want you to go tell them to get you a 15/16 and see how long it takes.
Well, I do. I remember when I
Why you got to bring fractions into
No,
it,
hold on.
Steve?
This will get you right here. When I retired out of the military, and then
Mhm.
I was full time, and then I'm not going to say the company I started with. I hired a guy, and his resume was freaking awesome. I'm like, you the man. So come on, you gonna work for me?
Yeah.
This guy kept a ratchet in the back of his pocket. It had on and off on it, so he could figure out which way the nut or the bolt would come off. Nut or bolt would come off. So he turned it there and sit there and do that. I'm
Yeah.
like, dude, seriously?
Oh, me.
Hey,
And I'm like,
Hey, I ain't gonna lie. I still say righty tighty, lefty loosey. Okay.
hey, what would he do if he had?
I'm not gonna
let-
lie either. Depending on where sometimes I think about it. If the bolt's going,
Yeah.
if it's up,
If you're-
up this
yeah,
way
yeah, or
this
whatever.
way,
and so before I start, I go. Well, actually, I'll go.
Hey,
And then I'm like, yeah, is that right?
Yeah, that's how I do it.
Hey.
I go like this, like I'm putting it on normal, and then I go.
what would he do if he had left-handed threads?
Oh,
I
me.
don't know. I just walked away after that. He didn't last too long.
Hey, I had a.
At least you ain't doing this.
I'm not trying to. I had a teacher, no joke. When I went to machining school, if you couldn't figure out fractions, because you had to take a test on fractions, like you had to know all the fractions down to like a 30-second, and you had to take a test on it. Like you had to be able to say what equals this and that. And no joke, if you failed, he would bring you. He had a welding helmet. He'd bring it to you and sit down. He's like, "I think you need to go be a welder. I don't think you're gonna make it here."
Dang.
Every time.
Oh,
I can't do fractions, man. It hurts my brains to even think about it.
yeah.
Mm.
So
Just numbers.
so we challenged Chris with coming up with the topic instead of forcing him to follow a topic of our choice.
Tell them why.
Well, so we've always said that, you know, like if I'm hosting, I want to pick something that means a lot to me and you and you. And so as a guest, we wanted you to pick something that meant a lot to you, right? And so as you've already kind of teased that it's what'd you call it? The mental battles.
Mental battles 2.0.
Yeah. And so I don't know if you want to elaborate on why you chose that as your topic for today, or just kind of a summary of when you were thinking about this. What made you say, because it is 2.0.
Right.
So this is kind of
it's deeper than. I mean, I'm not saying it's deeper. We're just going to go. I think we should go a little bit deeper because the way men were not taught how to be godly men.
Mm-hmm.
And it's funny, I went back and watched all the episodes, and because you pick up pieces here and there, and you're like, it's all falling in place.
Mm.
I'll get deeper into it later. My father was an alcoholic, so I was never taught how to be a godly man. And listening about your father, your dad, and I'm like, there's more men out there that need help, and they're not alone. The struggles. So that's.
And so when you were kind of listening in, as you were, it was relating to you. The other podcast, the other episodes, you were like, I wish they would dig deeper about this, or I wish they would have talked about that, right? And so now this is your opportunity to kind of bring that in.
So is this you digging deeper in a topic out of each episode or out of the mental battles episode?
It was more of the mental battle.
Okay, I was just
well,
I meant to look over.
It's more that, but it's also about being a husband in the woman's role. I know that. Yes, it's gonna get a little deep. So that's the reason why I said,
Stephanie,
hey,
I didn't know anything
here in the
about
Battle Rim
this.
podcast, we do not.
That's the reason why. Exactly. I said you better do a disclaimer. This is all Chris.
Hey, normally y'all don't see me do this, but you gonna see me do it.
So we love Stephanie. Can I start off by saying that? And I know this isn't targeting her, but
no.
The reason we're joking about it is because we love her.
Yeah,
and, but she
instantly my body. I'm sweating to death. That's why. They see me vape on video, and they probably see me do it again.
You better get you a dip too.
Yeah.
I ain't got it in my pocket.
You gonna have to pack it somewhere else.
No, all right, Christopher,
go for it.
We love her. She's a redhead, and that's all I'm saying. That probably explains it.
You
all.
my favorite cuz.
What did I do?
Well, we're just gonna look at Chris.
I'm not looking at anything. I'm looking down. I'm gonna answer my phone. I'm gonna text Amanda and say, "Tell me I got it. Come on."
Oh, hey, by the way, on camera, happy anniversary, because this is y'all's anniversary today.
It is.
Yeah, and
Make me think of when you said call home. I gotta go home.
Text me and say you got dinner ready, baby.
That was for something.
Hey, I did offer say we can change the date.
Yeah, but so it's got to come out tomorrow.
Oh, okay. I got you.
Oh, Lord Jesus, help me.
All right. So you wrote.
Just take deep breaths.
You wrote this, right?
Yes.
Christopher Richardson. You wrote. What's your middle name?
Elliot.
Christopher Elliott Richardson wrote this.
Yeah. So I
I'm sweating to death.
I
Dude,
the temperature
I can feel.
went up.
Look,
The temperature
you think
went
I'm
up.
playing? I got sweat rolling down. Oh,
But
All right.
but so this is a first.
Yeah.
it is. Oh,
Somebody
100%.
besides the three of
Yes.
us putting the talking points together.
Yeah,
I mean, it really
I
is
think
a
it's
first.
great.
So it's like I kind of it's
JP don't.
No, it's, I know. I'm sorry, David.
no, but it's like we're used to driving, being the driver, but because you had the notes, really. I mean, I've got a copy of your notes, but like you really are kind of in the driver's seat of starting.
So if we crash,
It's all my fault.
All I want to say is you the pilot to this plane,
Right,
Christopher.
So let's
No,
get
I think
started
you-
with
you
that
do just
first,
fine.
What's that first sentence there?
Yeah, let's get
just
started.
Get into it.
get in it and through it.
Cannonball.
And the
baby.
biggest thing is the reason why is we all come from different backgrounds.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm. We do.
Your parents were divorced.
Yes.
Your parents were divorced.
Correct.
But y'all still have great relationships with your parents.
Yes.
And
Right.
and your parents were together,
Together. Right.
Right.
Yes.
and you had an awesome relationship with your dad.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay. All right. Here's the first thing. It says this is what I wrote. It said the battles we face are not open for conversation. Why is that?
Dang, Christopher.
He came out with it right.
Did you write
Damn.
that right before we recorded? Because I was like, I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah. It
I
ain't
mean,
open for
all right,
conversation.
it's
So to answer, for me to answer that question is, so you said the battles we face is not up for discussion, correct? Is that what-
discussion,
yeah.
conversation, whatever.
So I would say it means like if I have to discuss it, it means I've got to deal with it. And
Yes.
sometimes I just want those things to let lie.
Mhm.
Like I don't want to have to deal with it,
Mhm.
because if I have to deal with it, then it becomes more than it was.
Because you want to.
We're already struggling.
Do you want me
Yes.
to answer?
I mean, that's fine.
It's
if you want to.
already a
I
struggle.
mean, that's-
yeah. So why
I-
make it bigger?
Yeah. I figured we're going to do the round robin like we normally
Okay.
do. Yeah, like,
So-
I got to be the next one.
So I don't want to have to deal with it, because maybe I don't even know, like depending on when, where, what, how, I may not even know how I feel about it at the time, and I may still be unpacking it or whatnot. And I do think at this age, at this period and season of my life, I'm more, with certain people, I'm more open about it and willing to discuss it. But I may not go as deep as I need to or want to or whatever. So sometimes I just don't want to deal with it.
All right.
You want to hit? Oh,
Yeah,
You want
I'll go.
Okay.
And then we just go that way. We'll go counterclockwise. First of all, y'all probably gonna see me vape quite a bit on this one. I apologize to our viewers. Second of all, raw and real, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Raw and real. So I almost wasn't sitting here tonight, but I felt like, and I ain't gonna look at him, but he's got the best hair out of all of us. He wasn't gonna let me out of
The most hair of all of
Yeah,
us.
probably. Yeah,
Yeah, the most.
Like I was hitting
Quit beating
Dude.
around the bush. What are you trying to say?
David Knuckles. I was hitting to him, man. I was like, man, and I did. I had a migraine. I was like, I got a migraine. I'm tired, and I'm actively struggling with something.
Mm.
Actively, right now as we speak. And this joker, I think, so what? For the whole world, did you know I was hitting around that I was like, maybe I shouldn't be in it.
100%.
Why didn't you bite?
Uh,
I told him, man, I said, David Knuckles ain't gonna let me out of this, son.
Wait a minute. He's the boss,
Hey.
right?
Hey,
Apparently
I mean-
not.
Do you think he knew you were going through something? Maybe not like
He wanted me to
specifically
say
what it
it.
was.
He wanted me to say, it's okay, JP.
Yeah.
You don't have to be there. And I'm like, I wasn't going to say it.
He,
Yeah.
He's got that tough love.
I was expecting to hear, man, you're probably right. You shouldn't be there. And he's like, well, meet me at 5. So
I said, real and raw, brother. Real and raw.
So I'm actively struggling with something. I don't want to go into it.
Mm.
I wasn't forced last night to talk about it, but I knew where I was. I felt like, and I could be wrong, and they watch this, and I love, you know who you are. I love you both. I have talked a little bit about it with David and a little bit about it with my little brother, and I don't want to really go into it for the whole world, but I don't want to talk about it. One, because I feel like, let's say it's something to do with your parents. We all know them people like mama and daddy didn't hug me enough, and they didn't come to my little minor league baseball game when I was riding the bench or whatever. So I said bench. Yeah.
Yes.
Well, sometimes in my
Yeah.
country, yeah. So I don't want to seem like I'm being a sissy about it. Does that make sense?
Mhm.
And so, and then in that conversation with two people last night, I was asked, or no, it was said, I don't think you have ever dealt with it.
Mm.
I was like, I was like, that's been going on. So, anyways, I don't do it because, I mean, there's some things I do. Anger is easy for me to talk about. Hey, David, I want to beat this person up. Pray for me that I don't say something that I don't need to say, whatever. But when it's, I don't know how to go into it without going into it. When it's this type of struggle, you don't want to let anybody in the backyard.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. So, well, so, my question in my head about that is we do talk freely and openly about some of our struggles, and then there's some that we are not open for conversation. And I think I don't know. I'm not speaking for you, but like once I fully have processed something in my mind and have come to terms with it, I'm perfectly fine to talk about it.
Mm.
But until then, like when I'm still working through it and processing it, then it ain't open for discussion because
Well, I can use an example that you put on here. Your dad, right? That was the topic was off the table, and until either you had something to say, and then after that, whenever you had to say what you had to say or a question that you had, we weren't going any further past that.
Right.
So
Yeah.
I mean, I hope you don't mind I
No,
said
no,
that.
no,
I mean, you've
that's
said
it.
that. I mean, and there was a lot of, and then when you got past it, sound the total opposite
Yeah.
when it comes. What would you call that kind of struggle? Anger, bad mouth, whatever. Those are different types of struggles. But the struggle, like, we need to name it something. You know what I'm saying?
It's to me, what I've been reading and trying to understand is, it's we do not know how to deal with our emotions. We don't know how to articulate or put it in words. I'm trying to get that right word. I can't remember what the word I was looking for, but our emotions overwhelms us. We don't know how to deal with those emotions. So that's I truly believe that's where our anger comes from.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Our and when we just walk away, we got to get away from it because we don't know how to deal with it.
So I say, and I think kind of what JP was going for is, as men, I think it's easy for us to admit, not admit, but emit anger or aggression. So like if it's anger, it's easy. I could tell you how I feel, what I'm thinking, but when it comes to a sadness, depression, and I know that's maybe not necessarily, but emotion, depression, but
you're
sadness.
Hitting, yes.
I don't know how to describe what I'm feeling without breaking down to you, and I don't want to break it down in front of another man.
Why is that? Because we don't want to feel weak.
Well,
Right.
because
Look weak.
like in the episode that we told, big boys don't cry.
Right.
Right. And so with David, that was a raw emotional thing, dang, my voice changed all of a sudden. With David, he didn't want people to see the emotional struggle or the hurt, right? With anger or let's face it, cussing
Mhm.
or lust. It's easier to admit that kind of things because in our minds, those are manly,
Expected.
Like, it's not gonna shock anybody.
no, it's manly
Mhm.
struggles.
Yeah.
But if you're crying
Mhm.
and your heart's broken and you're depressed and you're sad, in our mind, I'm not saying that if I told you I was struggling with something, in your mind, you would think this, but in our mind, internally, we
Mhm.
think it shows weakness
Mhm.
and we're not being manly.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's harder to peel that veil back.
Right.
But so I want to clarify. I want to ask for clarification. So you started by saying our relationships with our parents, I think, is kind of how you started, right?
Mhm.
But you also mentioned us as men, and you mentioned wives, right?
Yes.
So
Yes.
so are you specifically talking about how, because I read through the notes, so I think, but I just want to make it clear for, well, for me and our listeners, our emotions based off of past our past with our parents and how that affects our current situation and family.
Yes.
Is that kind of
Yes.
it in a nutshell?
Yes.
Okay. Woo. Okay. Yeah. So that's, I mean, that's,
I was going to get there.
yeah. No. I just wanted to know because
Right.
make sure I'm answering it in the right direction. But yeah, I just to make sure we're tracking along the same route. But yeah, it's tough. I mean, I would say we can protect, we can protect ourselves by not talking.
Right.
We can. I don't
We
know.
think.
Yeah,
And
we think we
that's
can.
what I wrote down here. I said, Satan wants us to be isolated.
Mm-hmm.
And that then the question is why is that? Well, that's the reason.
Yeah.
Because once we don't talk about it, what happens? We're gonna start boiling inside.
Yeah.
Then if our wives or kids, guess what? They're gonna start doubting, what did I do? What did
Mhm.
I say? And that's a trickle effect.
Yeah.
And then right here, I love the book of Job. There's so much nuggets
Mm-hmm.
in Job itself.
Yeah.
Because life lessons, period. I mean, I got written down, this is the story about the righteous man, Job, who suffers in a lot of loss, his family, wealth, health, and it even says after God allows Satan to test him, exploring the problem of evil and God's justice. You don't have your phone, do you?
I do.
Can you bring that Job chapter 1?
Yeah.
6 through 12,
Yeah, I can, especially
please?
that specific.
Yeah, I can get you right to it.
You the man.
You was like chapter, verse, everything. I was like, man, I'm not used to that. 6 through 12, you said?
What you trying to
Yes.
say about me and David?
No,
bro?
I'm just saying normally on the podcast we know the verse, but we know what it says, but we don't know where it's at.
Oh,
So I have to
okay.
go search it.
Yeah.
But he has
I can't quote it, so that's the reason why I write it
it's
all down.
6 verses. All right. Now there was a day when the sons of God came to present themselves before the Lord, and Satan also among them. The Lord said to Satan, "From where have you come?" Satan answered the Lord and said, "From going to and fro on the earth, and from walking up and down on it." And the Lord said to Satan, Have you considered my servant Job, that there is none like him on the earth, a blameless and upright man who fears God and turns away from evil? Then Satan answered the Lord and said, Does Job fear God for no reason? Have you not put a hedge around him and his household and all that he has on every side? You have blessed the work of his hands, and his possessions have increased in the land. But the stretch out of your hand and touch all that he has, and he will curse you in your face. And the Lord said to Satan, Behold, all that he has in his hand, only against him do not stretch out your hand. Am I saying that right? So Satan went out from the presence of the Lord. That's verse 12.
Do 13. I don't know why I
Okay.
have got 13 written down here.
Now there was a day when his sons and daughters were eating and drinking wine in their oldest
That's it.
brother's house. and that stops. Do you want me to go for it?
No,
too?
no, no. That's good. All right. Now we look at that. God, what did God do? He
Mm.
says, "Have you thought about
Our servant Job,
Job?
Mm-hmm.
What does it tell you?"
that
He thought a
he
lot
had
of 'em.
favor.
Right. So when we feel that Satan is attacking us at all times,
Mm.
does God not favor us?
Mm-hmm.
Mm. Doesn't feel like it at the time.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, and you think that's the reason why 13 verse 13, he took his whole family
Mm-hmm.
and left him all alone. So what do you
With his
think's
wife.
Right, y'all on be
There,
quiet
all
tonight,
right. There's a
brother.
reason why.
Yeah, I think we have the same idea on why.
Okay.
Maybe.
So, and I got Psalms 34:18 here. And that's the question. I put on there. Satan wants to isolate us, and why? And that's pretty much the reason why. This is like Psalms 34:18. It says, "The Lord is close to the brokenhearted, and saves those who are crushed in spirit." It's
Yeah.
hard to imagine the stuff that we go through emotionally
Mm.
and the stuff that we go in that God he's close to us.
Mm-hmm.
We don't understand.
Mm.
So my thing is the reason why that I bring this up is because we've never been taught.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, you're supposed to go to church.
Mm.
You better believe in Jesus. And that's it. We've had to figure it out on our own. As men, I don't know how your father, raised you. I
Mm.
mean, obviously he raised you pretty well. You understand what I'm
Well,
saying?
yeah, I give my dad a lot of credit.
Right.
Right.
I've known your dad for a while.
Mm-hmm.
I've known your stepfather for a
Yeah.
while. I know how he is.
Yeah.
You know a little bit about my dad. I've never had a dad.
Mm-hmm.
I may just skip over that one here in a second and read that, but I'll tell you about my father. Um, my dad's an alcoholic, recovering alcoholic, drug addict. He's been sober for almost 30 years now, but still, he's an alcoholic.
Mm-hmm.
He still has the same tendencies, but without the alcohol. He was an absent father. So pretty much I've had to raise myself and my sisters. And I don't blame him because of the alcohol, because I never had a father to teach me how to be a father. And that's the reason why I want to talk about this, because that's dear to my heart.
Mm.
And I struggle as a husband and as a father because I don't know what to do.
Mm.
And and I feel like Satan isolates me from that,
Yeah, I got
because
you.
me and you've talked about it a
Mhm.
lot. Is I don't want to be a burden.
Mm.
I don't want to be, hey, what you doing now? Hey, how you doing? That's not me. I know you're working, and I don't want to bother you.
Mm.
So before we go any further
Okay.
on that is and call it what you want, but Satan's got you there,
Right.
because that's the wrong way to feel about reaching out to any of your brothers.
Yeah.
Is you're not a burden. Yeah, we're all busy,
Right.
but
Mm.
don't ever, the minute you think you're a burden on anybody reaching out, is that ain't you. That's Satan. Satan's
Right.
brainwashed you into
Right.
thinking that you're bothering somebody. I mean, how many episodes have we talked about brotherhood and the need for accountability and reaching out and
Yeah.
asking for help? So I don't want you to to take that thought and get it out of your
No,
head.
no, no, no. I know.
Yeah.
I know that.
Yeah.
We just got to
You got
face it
right.
one way or the other. I
Right.
know it from deep down in my heart,
Mm-hmm.
but Satan's always still there.
Oh yeah.
So,
Mm-hmm.
and I seen this quote, and it stuck with me for a while. I don't know what the dude's name is or whatever. It says, "A man fights battles in silence. carries burdens that no one sees, and endures pain alone, all while protecting the ones he loves. His strength isn't measured by the weight he lifts, but by the scars he bears in silence.
Mm-hmm.
So, the scars that I have of my childhood, I'm not going to get. I love my dad. I love my mom, but I don't have a good, close relationship because of that.
Right.
Mm.
Yeah.
So I carry a lot of scars. I don't want to open up to say, hey,
Yeah.
some of the scars. We've talked about it.
Yeah.
And I don't want to get myself back into that situation. So I try to stay away from it.
Mm-hmm.
So, but we still have to face it, not run away from it,
Right.
because it affects my relationship with my wife.
Mm.
It affects my relationship with my kids.
So I'm going to say something, and I'm mostly talking to myself here. I'm not saying a whole lot. I don't know if y'all caught on to that.
Oh, I know.
The audience has too. I don't necessarily agree with that quote. I think we think we're carrying that in silence. I think we think no one knows, but you touched on it just then. And the only reason why I'm saying it, and I'm talking to myself, because again, I'm actively struggling with something, and it ain't in silence, apparently.
Right.
Right. So my wife has noticed it. And before she got a chance to snitch me out, everybody on this on this platform, we talk about Amanda snitch. My little brother snitched me out.
Mm.
All right. He reached out to some people, snitched me out, grabbed David and walked him out of church, and so I think that we're carrying them silently, like not saying anything about them, but just like what you said, eventually it affects your wife, it affects your children, then it starts affecting. This is how it affects. I'm fixing to be completely transparent here. David and I were in the vehicle together Thursday night.
Is this where I tell you to stop and divert the conversation?
So I just want to make a point that eventually it bleeds out, right? When you think you're carrying these things. So I've been struggling with this thing for a little while, and it's gotten, I guess, worse and worse. Wouldn't that be a good way of putting it?
Yeah.
So we're in the truck. We're going somewhere Thursday night.
Mm-hmm.
I'm playing these AI songs that I made about duck hunting and me and Dayton, and they were actually pretty good, weren't they? Not?
They were hilarious. Yeah.
And anyways,
traffic was bad.
Traffic was bad. It was still
Oh,
kind
yeah,
of
it
slick
was.
out.
Mm-hmm.
And I do something that I get on to everybody else about. I was doing it. I was messing with my phone, and I'm driving. So hopefully I don't get in trouble with the law here. They slammed the brakes on. I look up. I slammed on the brakes.
Oh, beep.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, sure did. And I kind of I said a wordy there, and I cut my eyes over at David. And I thought, oh, crap. And so we talked a little bit about it afterwards, not just then. I think I apologized then. I said, I'm sorry. Like, what are you apologizing to me for? Not that he didn't think I did wrong. Anyways, then we were where we were.
I let him, I stayed quiet so it would eat at him.
It did eat it. Is that why you stayed quiet? Honestly? You let me yeah, that's what I'm saying. I marinated
that word.
I marinated it.
That mouth.
And we put levels on words.
Yeah.
It wasn't the big top 3. It wasn't one of them. And I had slipped up and said one in front of another friend of ours.
It wasn't that P word, was it?
No. I don't have a problem saying that one.
Yeah.
Anyways, I'm trying to be.
Sorry, go ahead. I apologize. Go ahead. You're being serious.
Being real.
So it bleeds out in that, right? It is causing me to be an individual that I'm normally not.
Yeah.
And I noticed that, and then Amanda and I were talking about it, which kind of started a little riff Friday morning with us.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was like, well, so when we left Thursday night, I apologized to him, and he said, well, you got something going on? I was like, yeah. He said, are you aggravated about something? And so I wasn't completely honest.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't lie, but yes, I did. I lied by omission.
Yeah.
I didn't tell him everything. I was like, yeah, this, and this. And then Friday I call him and I'm like, hey, I wasn't completely transparent with you. This is what's going on. And he listened. And something that y'all need to understand, if you call David and you dump something like that on him, he's going to be quiet and talk a little bit, but he's not going to offer a lot right away because he's processing it. So don't think that he doesn't care. I've dumped enough on him to know that if he doesn't say a whole lot, he's trying to wrap his brain around what you told him.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And I know that's what you were doing.
Mm-hmm.
And but a lot of times he may just let you just, because I do the same with you as well.
Yeah.
I don't say a whole lot. I just let David act crazy, and then and he lets me act crazy. So, but what I'm saying is, I don't know. I understand what that's trying to say, but just like what you said, dude, it affects everybody around. It's like
Yeah.
having a cold,
Mm-hmm.
right? Eventually, I'm gonna give Stanton my cold, and Stanton's gonna be affected by it. It's
Yeah,
just,
everybody doesn't know what it is, but they know
The
you're
effects
you're
it's causing.
acting different, and I don't know what it is, but you're dealing with something that you're not telling anybody. So by not saying anything, it's probably been making it worse.
Right.
yeah,
I mean,
by
the
keeping
reason
it
I
in.
like the quote, but then after I sat there and looked at it, and I'm like, silence. That's not good.
Yeah.
Carries alone. That's not good.
Mm-hmm.
And then, endures the pain.
Mm-hmm.
That's not good. Because you start enduring that pain, you're really going to start affecting people.
Yeah.
I mean, you're going to be more hateful to your wife. You're going to be more hateful to your kids.
Yeah.
And that's where the isolation comes in.
So I did a testimony recently for an event, and part of the testimony when I was writing it out, I came upon a phrase and I put it inside of it, but talking about it was around the same time Faith Walk and all that was going on, but that shame kept me silent and silence kept me stuck. And so we can't grow through it or past it if we're going to stay silent. And like you're saying, silence it just eats away at us. And then if we're not sharing with what we're thinking, then we can't have brothers breathe life into us through scripture and other good advice. And we allow, whatever negative thoughts that are coming in from flesh, from the enemy, just to eat at us. And then we're not combating that. We're just letting it beat away at us.
Right.
Yeah, I think it has a lot to do with shame.
Mm-hmm.
Is the reason we don't, I mean, why do you want to admit a fault?
Yeah.
Why do you want to admit something you're struggling with? Why do you want to admit you don't know the answer to something? So it's a way. We said it earlier. Protection. We're protecting ourselves.
What aggravates me the most is that when you're at your job, when you're working, you mess up. Me, if I mess up on a piece of equipment, I'm like, hey, boss,
Mm-hmm.
I messed up. This is what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
How do I fix it? Why can't we not do that with our wives?
oh, golly.
There we go.
Here comes the wives.
And he's looking dead at me every time he asks a serious question like that. Like he ain't looking at Stanton or anybody else. He's looking me dead in my eyes.
I had two eyes.
I think he carries like he looks right at
Negative
you.
Ghost
and then he
Rider.
rolls
Negative.
his
That
eyes
joker
up
look
at
over
you.
his glasses at me.
Well, if he's looking-
Okay. I was not going to talk tonight. Why I don't do it with my wife is because I don't think she can handle the things that are inside me. Not that she's not strong enough to handle them. Not that she wouldn't stand 10 toes down, because y'all know my wife. My wife will stand 10 toes down and beat your eyeballs out of your head over
Right.
me.
Mm-hmm.
It don't matter who it is, or she'll try anyways.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think, and this is all assumptions on my behalf, I don't think she knows the ugliness that's inside of me. Not so much the ugliness of me, but the ugliness of things I'm struggling with.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Mhm.
And that's why I don't do it.
Does it make you feel that you're vulnerable?
I can be see, that's kind of weird, man, because when Nana died, I did feel embarrassed, but when Nana died, and I understand a lot of people are like, well, that was your grandma. You don't understand. She's a little bit more than my grandmother.
Right.
When Nana died, dude, I didn't know you could cry so hard your nose would bleed.
Mm-hmm.
And I did. And it was in front of my wife. It was in front of Shelby. And it was in front of Allison. And I was embarrassed. So maybe, I guess,
Yeah.
I don't, because we're supposed to be, what's the word?
As this one says, all while protecting the ones we love.
Well, I do agree with that. We try to deal with the inner battle on our own.
Right.
That's what I'm doing. I'm protecting her from the ugliness in me.
Mm-hmm. But is it truly?
Oh, David's got something to say.
He
Can I
does.
play the devil's advocate?
Sure.
Hold on. Can
No,
I think? Yes, I can.
I mean, we kind of talked about that before,
Mhm.
and man, it sounds admirable, doesn't it, to say that?
Right.
Yeah.
I'm right that we're protecting our wives from this a burden that they should not have to carry.
Sorry.
That they should not have to carry. Right? That sounds admirable.
Right.
No?
Yes.
Oh, I
yes.
mean, yeah.
You're waiting
Yes.
for
Yes.
Yeah, I'm waiting for it. Just get
It's
it.
like, I ain't saying nothing till he finishes.
That's a
Man.
trap.
Yeah, it's yeah. But and I think it does apply, but not to every situation. And I think we may be too quick to label to use that as an excuse why we don't. It sounds great. I love it. I want to put it on every reason I don't say anything to her. But when I do open up and share with and get real with her, her reaction is always better than I anticipated. It's one of compassion
Mhm.
and love and understanding, and I mean, I think my wife has a very a gift of empathy, can feel what you feel, kind of thing. So, but I think it applies for all women. But I agree there are some burdens they should not bear,
Now-
but not.
Not
I think
everything.
we should be careful about
Well,
putting that label.
now, my wife, when it comes to me and other people,
Mhm.
I don't, now that you said that about Amy, I don't want the world to think that I think that Amanda can't be compassionate or understanding or whatever. Amanda's default instinct when it comes to me is protect.
Mhm.
You've seen that little meme where it's talking about the lion that's protecting the lion. We've all seen that. That's her thing. Yes, I think some things
No, I get.
I gotta. Maybe I'm being too careful. Maybe I am using it as an excuse, but I have things in my past that now people are worried about because I have opened up a little bit.
Say that one more time.
I have things in my past that people are now worried about because I have opened up a little bit.
Is that wrong?
No, but I don't want them to be live in fear of that thing from my past.
Oh. Okay.
Are you catching on without me saying it?
Yeah.
Mhm.
I thought you were talking about like me being worried about you and want to,
No.
because I do know I want to help.
No,
And
I understand that part of it. But the really dark thing in my past, I don't want people to live in fear of that.
Yeah.
Like that's going to overcome me.
Right. We're getting deep.
We are.
I'm processing that one.
I guarantee it. Well, I don't want to go that deep.
No.
What else you got?
That's the reason why I'm moving on.
Thank you. I've been skirting that.
You're making me uneasy right now.
See, that's why I don't do it.
I got. We're going to move on from that
He's
part.
still processing it. Dude. He doesn't know how to. He doesn't know how to digest that.
There's. I can't. I usually write the names down where I find this stuff. I know it's from a pastor. He says you have to judge yourself today because the enemy is looking for a way to take away the traditional things that were rooted in Scripture, and now making everything about using others. We need to go back to the basics, where it all began. And where did it begin? The garden. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So we have to go back to look at the garden. Can you bring up Genesis 2, 20 and 25, please?
Easy again. Huh?
I got it. I'll read it this time. All right. So he gave names to all the livestock, all the birds of the sky, and all the wild animals, but still there was no helper just right for him. So the Lord God caused the man to fall into a deep sleep. While the man slept, the Lord God took out one of the man's ribs and closed up the opening. Then the Lord God made a woman from the rib, and he brought her to the man. At last, the man exclaimed, "This one is bone from my bone and flesh from my flesh. She will be called woman, and because she was taken from she will be called woman because she was taken from man." This explains why a man leaves his father and mother and is joined to his wife, and the two are united into one. Now the man and his wife were both naked, but they felt no shame.
All right. I want to bring something out real quick. I guess it's something I've learned in the last, or right before Christmas, when I agreed to do this. And when he says he took a rib from Adam, and I looked at it, okay, why did he take the rib? Why did he not take it from any other part of the body?
Ribs protect the heart.
Okay. So he didn't take nothing from the shoulder up, right? So so we're not, how would I put this in words? We're not to be, oh crap.
We're not like
We're
intellectually
yes, we're the
connected.
head of the household, but we're not oh crap.
So what you're trying to say here is it pulls out of the middle of the body, and out of the middle of the body, you're more of a partnership than you are a dictator.
That's it.
Or
a servant.
Beneath your waist. We're not
to trample on
yes.
them or whatever. I kind of heard a woman say that. I don't know if it was Amanda played it.
TikTok or something.
Yeah, Amanda played it. She's like, he didn't take them from the head for you to rule over. He didn't take them from your foot so you could run all over them or something. I'm paraphrasing all this. He took them for the rib. One, like you said, the ribs protect your vitals. Your wife protects you. And two, you're joined at the side. If you're joined at the side, it's more of a partnership.
Yeah.
Yes.
Is that what you're trying to say?
Okay. Yes. And you I'm gonna go there.
Go do it.
To me, feminism
Okay.
is evil.
Yeah. Not femininity, but
Not feminine.
feminism.
Feminism
These entities.
is evil.
Yeah.
Feminine, to me, is more glorious, more I wouldn't say pride, but you understand what I'm
Oh,
saying.
yeah, no.
Women should have feminine. It, it, God loves women that are real, truly feminine.
Yes.
You understand what I'm saying?
No, I
Yes.
got it. Yeah.
Because as the world today, that's part of man's battle
Mhm.
that we have to deal with. Is like you said, it goes back to Genesis 3:1
Yep.
and 3. And what
Mhm.
does that say?
Hold on. Let me get back to it. Yeah, so that's what I forgot that was next because that's where I was going to in the Bible app. The serpent was the shrewdest of all the wild animals the Lord God had made. One day he asked the woman, "Did God really say you must not eat the fruit from any of the trees in the garden?" "Of course we may eat fruit from the trees in the garden," the woman replied. "It's only the fruit from the tree in the middle of the garden that we are not allowed to eat. God said you must not eat it or even God said you must not eat it or even touch it. If you do, you will die."
So you look at 1 Peter 1-7. You know, what does he say? A,
Mhm.
a woman is the weaker vessel.
Mm-hmm.
But you have people don't realize, you know what? A man is a vessel also.
Yeah.
And only way that I could to describe it, I look at it this way. All right, you have a truck, right?
Mhm.
That represents a man. Okay,
Yeah.
a woman is a trailer. You're connected.
Mhm.
You become one, right? So you look at the kids and everything else is loaded on that trailer.
Yeah.
The man is still the head because it's still pulling the load,
Right.
right? So when a woman decide the feminism side of it
Mhm.
wants how God says you're going to be desiring your husband
Mm-hmm.
or whatever. I can't remember
Be
exactly.
the head over your husband.
Yeah. When you what happens when that trailer starts getting loose?
Rocking the whole truck.
Right. It starts you lose
Everything.
control
Mhm.
pretty much. So my thing is, how do I want to do this without really?
So no, go ahead.
No,
I'm
no, no.
sorry.
Go ahead. No.
Well, so the way I mean, kind of what you're saying is I don't don't look at you. I mean, ladies, don't look at your feminine side, your feminine part of you as weakness as much as so. I brought up the whole Ezer Kenegdo,
Right.
and they help us, right? So we're as men, we're rough, jagged. Our love to one another is picking at each other. Find your weak spot and just nag at it, right? That's how,
What?
yeah, that's how we show love to one another. But to really show love, like to get to for the best way to get to our heart, to get to the center of our Tootsie Pop, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know it's funny. I got it. Anyway, so the center,
I thought that was pretty good.
so the center of us, we need that we need that softness,
Yes.
something that we can't do for each other,
Right.
that only they can do. I was listening to a parenting discussion and how men like father homes. A lot of times the kids have trouble with love, like single father homes, because a father, we are more structure, we are more, obedience and guiding and leading, but we don't show the nurturing side, and we can't. I mean, I'm not saying we can't completely, but at the same time, we can't to the same level our wives can,
Hmm.
and so they have strengths that we can't. I mean, we just can't do.
Mm-hmm.
I can't do what my wife does.
And that's the biggest thing is we got to realize, and women also, it's not about a competition.
Mm.
We're supposed to be doing this together because you see too many husbands and wives being competitive
Mhm.
on over the kids. You know what? Kids supposed to come second
Mm-hmm.
or well third, really.
Yeah.
You know.
No, I agree with you.
Okay,
I'm
I
listening.
thought you was fixing to say something.
No,
You leaned
Took
in
me a
there for a
second. You
second.
said second and third. I'm like,
no,
wait a
I
minute.
was looking. I was
Oh,
looking.
okay, yeah,
I was,
picking up.
You know, God cut.
if I make you nervous, I look to make sure it's still downloading. We're still going.
Yeah.
Okay.
So don't let me make you nervous.
No, you're not making me nervous. I just making sure you weren't going to fix to say something.
No.
You had something on your mind.
Mm-mm.
And in today's world, what do we see the most on TV about women?
Yeah. We talked about this in what was it, Biblical Manhood? About the sitcoms.
Oh yeah, we were
making
talking
the
about
husbands look
the
like
fathers.
doofuses, and
And women are taking
well,
control, and
they got it on.
independence. You don't need a man. You got this. I mean,
Well,
The changes of I'm not because part of this is going on YouTube or FluffTube, whatever you want to call it.
I'm gonna have to edit that out.
Because they'll cut you off. You say certain words.
Right. So a lot of it is we say toxic masculinity. It's the whole how you say that?
demasculinity.
Yeah. So with you saying that though, we need to go back to Genesis.
Mm-hmm.
All right. We give Eve a hard time.
Yep.
Right.
Ooh, I know where you're going.
But if you look in there, Satan went to Eve.
Mm-hmm.
But Eve wasn't alone.
Right.
She was not.
All right. You can go back and read it, and viewers, you can correct me if I'm wrong. But God told Adam.
Yeah.
God told Adam that you can eat from any tree in here except for one, and don't touch it. And Adam told who?
Eve, because she knew the rule.
Right. Well, but Adam told Eve.
Yes.
The serpent said, "What did God tell you?" God didn't tell her anything. Not that God doesn't speak to women. I'm saying in this instance, God told Adam
it was his responsibility.
His responsibility. Right. So part of the curse, I feel like, because Adam, everybody says the first sin was Eve. The first sin was Adam. Adam didn't protect his wife.
Right.
All right. I believe that part of the curse where it talks about she'll want to, does it say rule over, head over?
No, yeah, rule over her husband.
I can't remember how it says it.
Your desire is to rule over your husband.
Something like that.
Yes.
Yeah. I can't remember. I think part of the curse is because Adam didn't do what Adam was created to do.
Right.
Go ahead.
I'm just saying that. So that was the first imbalance.
Right.
Yeah.
And then now that's what you're talking about when it comes to the sitcoms and everything else. It's the imbalance. It's like building a building, right? You got a blueprint. You have a blueprint to build a building. And if you take anything out of balance, let's say the joists or whatever, you don't do according to the blueprint.
You don't nail the floor joists in.
Right.
Like you got personal experience.
I'm just saying if you don't do it, then it can't hold the weight.
Yeah.
Right. It's not designed. It's not doing what it was designed to do.
Right.
So when we get things out of whack, when we don't do what we're supposed to do, and the wives, some women have to. Let's just be raw and real about it. They have to take their children to church. When we get things out of whack, and when they can get things out of whack, there's a lot of women who try to rule the roost.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. And I'm going to get a lot of hate for that. But there is, when you get things out of the blueprint of what it was created to be. I liked your analogy about the trailer, dude, because how many times have we been riding down the road pulling the trailer and it wasn't quite the level balanced
All the
out,
weights on the rear,
and then all of a sudden, we've seen them do it in the military.
Oh yeah,
those 2-wheel generators. You got it going too fast, son. Them jokers, and then all of a sudden you're all over the place. And then what happens? You wreck, and then everybody's like, "What happened?"
I don't know. It felt like it was losing. Yeah. So can I also hit on that?
I don't care what you
do. When God comes to the garden looking for him, and he calls him out, right? He's like, "Hey, where you at?" And he's like, "I'm hiding." And he's like, "I'm naked." Well, who told you I'm naked? You're naked. And then he's like, "Did you eat of the tree of the fruit of the was that knowledge of the good and evil?" Right?
Yeah.
I'm probably butchering that real bad, but anyway, he says that, and his first response, not to take accountability, not say, "Yes, Lord, I did." It was Eve gave it to me.
It was the woman that you gave me.
Yes.
Yeah. He did. And so,
and
I think that's a huge thing. And I'm talking to all you men out there. Take accountability.
Yes.
Don't divert it. Don't be like, "No, it ain't my job. It's yours." No, take accountability. I'm saying that from experience. I'm preaching to myself just as much as anybody else that's watching this video.
Mm-hmm.
I need to do it more. And there's times that I realize it retroactively, and I have to go back and apologize because it is my decision.
Yeah.
And I heard he's a I don't know if he's a state senator with North Carolina, but he's a is it John Freitas?
I don't know.
You probably know who I'm talking about. He's I don't know. Anyway, he is a senator with North Carolina or whatever. He was a Green Beret, and he kind of got into politics, kind of changed things.
Mm-hmm.
And he says, I bear the burden of decisions in my home. He said, now I've only ever had to, not Trump, I'm trying to think, to, like him and his wife disagreed, and he as the head of the household chose to go the way he was for the benefit of his family. Like he saw what it would lead to, and he chose this, right? And he says, it is my burden and my burden alone. And I know people say like, well, he's trumping her, you know, he's taking away freedom or whatever in the choice, whatnot. But he is saying, if it fails, it's my fault.
Yeah.
It's not y'all's fault. Y'all, it's not, I chose this, but it is my responsibility to lead this family towards Christ.
Even if they agree together, that's,
Yeah.
I know who you're talking about. Now, even if they
Yes.
agree together, win, lose, or draw,
it stops
he's
at him.
carrying, yeah, the buck stops at him.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it should stop at us.
Yes. And I think that's a huge deal in today's society. Don't blame anybody else. You're not a victim. And there's some terrible things that happen to people, and I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about you make decisions, and you need to own up and take responsibility for them and start correcting them. Because until you do and you keep playing victim, that means somebody else has got to change them for you, and that's not going to happen.
Yeah. Yeah.
So sorry.
No, because that's the biggest thing that I wanted to lean toward, because we keep forgetting, and for me now I understand why in Peter it says the woman is the weaker vessel, because I'm not saying
it's not a negative thing.
No, and too many women and men turn it into a negative thing. It's not. It's Satan went to her.
He upended the.
I think so. What's going on, bro?
They picked it up. Good granny.
So,
And I mean, had that mic that hot.
Satan went to her. Why did he not go to Adam? But you look at it, when God come to the garden, who did he go to first?
Adam.
Adam.
Because that's the right
order.
Yes.
And Satan was out to wreck that.
Yes.
And so he went to Eve. Yeah, and it did. It wrecked it. So the NLT version on Genesis 3:16 says, and this was the curse on the woman. It says that the woman will desire to control your husband, but he will rule over you. And so that's since that moment, there has been heads button, all because Satan wanted to disrupt the family hierarchy or the order of
hierarchy.
But so in that process, just as Adam was weak in his role, when we as husbands, somebody's got to lead.
Yes.
So when we're not leading, the wife, I mean, somebody's got to.
Right.
So when we don't, they're picking up the slack, and that's that's not the way God designed it to happen.
And it's not
to say that women can't, but they shouldn't.
Well, and the flip side of that coin, and I'm not saying we know anybody like this, but there's also someone out in the world that is trying to lead, but they got a wife that's trying to compete in that role because they don't know. They're just trying to compete. They won't let go of the reins. They're like, no, I know best, yada, 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 whatever. And I'm not talking about any women whatsoever. So I hope no woman hears this and like, well, you're just a she-man.
Woman hater.
Woman hater,
No.
Or he-man, woman hater.
Yeah.
But there are some women that won't allow their husbands to lead.
Yeah.
And then there's men who won't lead.
Yeah.
Right.
They're both a cancer.
Wrong.
Let's call it a cancer to the family unit.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes.
Yep. But I mean, it's just like I mean, sin is just in all of us.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean,
So-
we're born with it.
Yeah, and so
We're into it.
it's. I mean, just that was a. I don't know. Men, we're visual creatures. The
Yes.
sins and temptations that we have, women don't have to worry about. But here, clearly in Genesis, one of the ones that women do have to worry about and guard against is taking control and trumping the husband.
Mhm.
And we're
beat
gonna
'em.
get some hate from this.
Yes,
I
we
guess.
are.
But here's
But it's a partnership. It's not
Yes.
it's not a dictatorship.
No.
The husband has to understand how to
Lead.
lead properly.
Lead by example. You said that many times.
Yes.
You want confession in your home, be the lead confessor,
Yes.
right?
Mhm.
You want this in your home, be the lead this. Here,
The man should be doing what God wants
Yes.
in that family unit, not what he wants.
You need to
himself.
be the lead servant of your family.
There you
Yes.
go.
What,
Yes.
however you want to term that, as serving, as confessing, or I mean, honestly, serving. Your needs don't come first. You don't get to go. Sorry, I got to reel back. You don't get to go buy what you want. Now, if you can, if it's affordable, if your budget dictates it, cool. But I'm saying, like, if you're doing it to the detriment of your family,
Yes, there you go.
you are outside the biblical definition of a husband.
That's right.
If you're doing things
Selfishly.
that's selfishly, if you're telling your wife,
I make this money.
I'm the man.
yeah,
I
like,
make
hey,
the decision.
I'm going to go
I
do
work
this.
hard for this.
like,
Wrong.
hey,
You're gonna
I-
wreck.
I'm-
You're gonna, as a man, you're gonna wreck your marriage.
yes,
Yep.
and you want a wife that just, I'm trying to think of the best word for it, does not want to respect you.
Mm-hmm.
Do that.
Yep.
Mhm.
Well, here's the other thing too.
And doesn't want to submit as
Yeah.
the Bible biblically,
Well,
the biblical definition.
But we read all that. There's stuff before that we're supposed to do. There's stuff after that they're supposed to do. We picked the whole, well, you're supposed to submit to me, and they picked the
Yeah.
whole, well, you're supposed to love me like Christ loved the church.
Yeah.
But there was stuff before that they're supposed to do, and there's
Mhm.
stuff after submitting that we're supposed to do.
Right.
And what you're saying is you should die to self. Number one,
Yes.
as a Christian period, you should die to self, right? Be a
Mhm.
servant leader,
Yes,
right? And that's putting your needs after
everyone else.
everyone else's needs.
Mm-hmm.
The scripture tells us to love our wives as Christ loved the church. Christ gave himself up for the church.
Mhm.
I'm saying this, not preaching y'all. I'm saying that to me.
Mhm.
Because
Yeah.
there's a lot of times I do some things and I'm like, well, hey, I did this.
Yeah.
Luckily, Amanda doesn't give me a lot of flack. She's like, man, long as the water, lights, car insurance, whatever I'm responsible for gets paid for,
Yeah.
hey.
And that's women need that security.
Yeah.
And I think that's the reason why a lot of women don't want some men to take ultimate control, because they need that security.
Mm-hmm.
And they're afraid to give that up
Mhm.
because
That gives the responsibility for security to somebody else that's not them, and you have to
Yes.
give control up, and you have to trust in the other
Mhm.
person.
and sometimes you have to let the man fail in order for him to learn his lesson. Yes, it's going to affect the woman,
Yeah,
but in the long run, it's going to help the marriage,
Yes.
period. And that goes into the next one I want to
help him succeed.
Yes.
Right. Help
and that's
him
the part of
succeed.
being that word.
Ezer connected. It took me a
That's it.
second. I was like,
That-
what were you
that-
doing?
I'm sorry. And I love listening to Mark Driscoll. I don't know if y'all
Oh,
know
yeah.
him. Oh, dude, I love him.
Mm-hmm.
This is what he says: take responsibility. We as men set the tone,
Mhm.
get help, submit to God, and lead kingdom down.
Mm.
Can I step back for just a second? If you're pointing a finger at your husband, at your wife, it doesn't matter which one, and you're saying, well, you should be doing this. Look, There's two things in life you can control. The only two things in life you can control is what you're doing, attitude and effort.
Mhm.
I put those together because normally they go together. But your decisions, how you react, what you do, you can't control your wife, you can't control your husband, but you can control your actions.
Mhm.
So that means when you want your wife or husband to act a certain way, start doing what you need to do. Don't. Hey, you need to do this. Hey, you need to do that. Because you're doing nothing but pushing them further away from what they need to
Right.
be doing. But if you start doing what you need to be doing, and I'm saying this just as much to myself as anybody else, as soon as you start doing what you need to be doing, they'll start getting closer to wanting to do what they need to be doing. Maybe not 100% of the time, but I would say probably higher than 90% of the time.
Yeah.
That was going to be my last statement.
I'm sorry.
No, but it flows, right?
Yeah.
And my thing is I look at it this way, ladies. If you want your husband to be a godly fearing man, be a godly fearing woman.
Yeah.
Don't try to force him. Don't try to control him.
Yeah.
Don't try to make him into that. Leave it to God, and that's vice versa. I mean, I'm fixing to get on the men after this.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Men, if you want a godly, fearing wife, become that godly, fearing man.
Mhm. Yeah. And I think, to get back to like emotions, and when it isn't that way, when it's anything other than that, there's frustration, right?
Yes.
There's
Mhm.
lots of emotions.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's not working as the way God designed. And so it creates a whole lot of emotions internally, and could boil over externally, probably in a bad way.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's where you're going with it, but I was like, I mean, it's going to cause an imbalance. Imbalances are going to be bad.
Right. Well, there's a lot of stuff that skipped over we don't need to worry about now. So I was going to read something else, but
Say it if you want to say it, bro.
I'll say.
Yeah, you done stepped in it.
no.
I'm just
I'm good.
messing
No,
with
I'm
you.
good.
I'm just messing with
I'm
you.
good. I'm good.
No, you're doing
It-
really
it's-
good, bro.
The pastor John Piper, dude,
John Piper.
he laid it out. I mean, I should have. That's a lot of reading, but I ain't good at reading.
You need somebody to read?
The educated people, yeah.
I mean, point me what you want me to read, bro.
He does have the readers on, so we're
I
good.
do.
I do too, but I just, I'm not good at reading. Let's start right here.
When I say the weaker.
Yeah.
Oh,
No, it's good.
Where'd it go?
Right there.
All right. So when I say the weaker refers to the bodily weakness primarily, she will. It's kind of part of a sentence there.
Yeah.
She will realize, given the nature of the modern world, that we know today that the body includes the brain and the hormonal system, and the differences in these physical organs and systems produce differences in men and women, not only in raw muscular capacities, but in other ways as well. All one has to do is type into Google. You should try this. What is the difference between male and female brains? Just type that into Google, and you will find dozens of scientific studies producing amazing discoveries in the last 20 years. But we don't have to stop. But we have to stop somewhere in dealing with this massive subject. So let me draw it to a close. Right here?
Yeah, start right there.
So let's focus on what Peter seems to regard as most central. Peter is focusing on the way Christian husbands live with and honor their wives. He says, husbands, take into account, keep this knowledge in your focus. You carry, as a Christian husband, the responsibilities and the burden of having the superior strength for the sake of protecting and providing for and leading your wife through the threats and challenges of life, all the while realizing that at your side is a fellow heir of God, a breathtaking glorious human being who will shine like the sun in the kingdom of her Father, and who will not. Oh, something got cut off there.
Hold on. Let's see. Where's it at? It's right there. Who will not be
Oh,
married.
and who will not be married to you in the age to come, because there's no marriage in the age to come. But she will stand before the King of Kings, as his bright and glorious subject. So mingle your caring, protecting, leading strength with a sense of wonder and awe that you get to live temporarily with an heiress of God.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
So the biggest thing is what I really truly got out of this. It's like Christian husbands, the responsibility and the burden of having the superior strength for the sake of protecting, providing for, and leading your wife through the threats and challenges of life. Men, that is our responsibility.
Yeah.
Mhm.
No matter what, at the end of the day,
Mhm.
that's our responsibility. And even though, dude, I love this part. It says, breathtaking, glorious human being who will shine like the sun in the kingdom of her Father.
Mhm.
Mm.
And that's scripture.
hmm Yeah, Matthews 13:43. Why do we not allow them to shine like they need to be?
Mm.
Let the wrong things be the main thing. Gotta keep it in perspective.
Because I'll tell you, I fall short for it. And y'all know Stephanie. You know how her personality is.
Such
And
an angel.
She makes wonderful cakes.
She is a
Yeah.
breathtaking, glorious human being who will
Yes.
shine like the sun in the kingdom of her Father.
And
Yeah.
that's
We didn't fall for that, brother. I'm just messing.
I know.
I'm just messing. She'll tell you she can be a little tough.
Yes.
Mm.
And then that's the thing is that I love about her, because I need that, because I never had a father.
Mm.
She's willing enough to have my back. And you know good and well, if you say something bad about me, you better look out.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Red's coming, son.
Mhm.
Ask Ricky Sterling,
Mm.
because he called me short bus one day, and she come unglued on him.
Yeah, just playing with you.
He was just
Yeah.
playing.
Yeah.
She didn't like it.
He was doing that brother love picking.
Yeah. Yes.
And she was like, "Y'all, you ain't picking at my man like that."
That's right. Only I can do that.
Yes. But my thing is, I did not have a earthly father to teach me these things.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I can't remember what that song is. I don't remember who sings it. I got a bad memory, and nothing sticks. He goes in about why God, or something, and then God says, I sent you.
Yeah.
You remember that song?
I know the song.
Yeah.
I can't think of what it's called, but I know the song.
And just recently, I'm sitting there, it's like, why didn't I have a father that I could look up to and try to be like,
Mm.
instead of the father that I have? Don't get me wrong, I do love my father,
Mhm.
because he's my father.
Mm-hmm.
His actions, the way he lived his life, I don't like, right? So why? I ask God, it's like, why do I not have the father that I can look up to? He said, one day he's like, Chris, he goes, you have me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. There's the guidebook right there.
But
I get what you're saying though, is like if you had a better earthly example, you'd be so much further along.
Yeah.
Right. Then you would have prevented some mistakes,
oh yes,
and where would you be now? I get it.
and that's
I kind of get it. Yeah.
and then it was like, if you didn't have one, why don't you be one to Caleb?
Oh, yeah.
into Kaylee.
Mhm.
This is where it starts, and that goes back to the one thing I wrote down was I think it was in Exodus 25. I think that's it. It's talking about the generational curse.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was fixing to say that. So my dad was pretty transparent when he came on here, right? He he hasn't always been the brother David that y'all know, right? And he was in here, we were talking about it. He is a fan of this podcast. He listens to it. And I had said several times he apologized for teaching me wrong,
Mhm.
right? So he had a chance. He talked about his dad. It was absent. My grandfather John was gone. And then his parents got a divorce, and really my Uncle Ed, whose name is John, but we call him Uncle Eddie. I think it's John Edward, I think is his name. I'm assuming that's where Eddie came from.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Raised Daddy and Steve and Bonnie. Bonnie came along, got older and was trying to help out too, but mostly because of the age difference. Uncle Eddie,
Mhm.
and we're talking about a kid at this time. Ed didn't know what to be, but he tried to be a good example for my dad. And then he went into the service because there's a pretty good age gap in between Dad and Eddie, Uncle Eddie, and he tried to be, but Dad had an opportunity to try to break some generational curses, and it was later on in my adulthood when he tried to start breaking them, right? And I'm not throwing shade on him whatsoever, so nobody think that. I had an opportunity to break some generational curses. It wasn't until Shelby's early teen or late teenage years, early 20s that I started to try to break these generational curses. I was not successful in keeping her family whole, right? We separated, we got a divorce, but I try to be a presence in her life.
Mhm.
And one of the things that I tried to do was, no matter what, always let her know that I love her. Like, hey, I love you. And that now I have Dayton and Allison, and I try to do that with them. I try to break because they come from other things. They come, and their parents had some generational curses too, right? And then on top of, I've got some, so they're getting it from all ends, right? And so I'm trying to break those when it comes to them and Shelby, and you have the opportunity to break them. And then guess what? We have the opportunity to mold our children to keep breaking these curses so that our grandchildren don't have to deal with these curses.
Right.
You have an advantage. All three of y'all have advantage that I do not have. Right.
Mm.
Amanda and I'm very thankful that, today, 11 years ago on a Monday night, it was a Monday night, it took 11 years, but on a Monday night we got married. Today's Monday. I'm very thankful. I thank God for my wife. That is probably one of the best decisions I made, was to marry Amanda. Not because it benefited me in any kind of way, but spiritually it has benefited me. But unfortunately, her and I say unfortunately, I got Shelby, she got Dayton and Alice, and now we have our family. But because we had different marriages, we brought baggage in with kids that had baggage as well.
Mhm.
Y'all don't, with your children, you don't have that baggage. With your children, you don't have that baggage. You still have a great influence on your children right now. Caleb still lives with you. Kaylee, I'm super proud of her, by the way. Kaylee, if you listen, I'm super proud. I didn't think you were going to last in your own place.
And we thought she was the one to be the one staying at the house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And dude, she's thrived.
Yes.
She loves it. And I'm super proud of you, Kaylee, if you listen to this. But you still have an influence when it comes to her as well, too. We need to look at, I think, and I'm talking to myself, and I think, and Daddy, if you hear this, I hope you can apply this too. We look at things and like, well, I didn't have this to teach me the right way. Well, we know the wrong way.
Right.
Yeah.
So if we go kind of like what you said,
Mhm.
I'm gonna ride because you've said some pretty deep spiritual things as a young man.
Mm.
You said, well, if you tell me what not to do, that's better than telling me to do something wrong, right?
Yeah.
So if we're moving in the opposite direction of what was wrong
Mhm.
or what didn't work, we're going to make mistakes. It doesn't matter
Oh yeah.
if your mom and daddy is mom and daddy all through the back to Adam and Eve never split up, and you had a dad that showed you the example. You're gonna mess up,
Right.
Yeah.
because kids don't come with books, man,
Nope.
and
We're still on this side of heaven. So.
yeah, and we're not perfect,
Yeah.
but you still have an opportunity. I'm trying to break these curses with my 3 children. All right. Allison asked me something one day and she said, why do you do this? And why do you do that? And I said, because I don't want you to feel a certain way like I felt because of XYZ.
Mm.
Like, that's why I'm doing this. Like, when I'm dead and gone, I want you to be able to say, well, you know what? JP wasn't perfect and he made a mistake but he corrected it, or we did a course correction here, but there was no doubt in my mind that he had my best interests in mind. Shelby too. Hey, Daddy, you made mistakes, but you had my best interests in mind. So we may not know the right thing to do because Daddy came on there and said he didn't have an example, so he wasn't a great example, right? So we may not know exactly, but there was things that maybe your dad did do right and your mom did do right that you can build off of that, and then the things they did wrong, just don't do those,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
I'm talking to myself too. I'm not preaching at you.
No, you're good.
Well, I got a thought on it too, though, and then we'll move on. I know, but because just like JP said, it doesn't guarantee anything. If you have generations of families that stayed together, it doesn't guarantee you're going to stay together. If just no more than just because my dad was a godly man doesn't guarantee me to be a godly man. It doesn't guarantee that, and I'll give you an example on this, on how, you see it all the time with families, who, just seem to just live the perfect life. They got everything. They live and then you hear about the kid gets into drugs
Yeah.
and just, crashes and burns. And it's just like, how did that happen? Everything,
Mhm.
it was like everything was going in the right direction for a kid. And then he just decided on his own to go in a completely opposite direction. So it can go good or bad,
Either way.
Either way.
Mhm.
It doesn't guarantee anything. I'll tell you, in college, I took an animal science class. I come from generational farmers,
Mhm.
livestock, crops and all this. And my pride, sounds so stupid. I can't believe this. I think this is the first time I've ever even told this. I almost failed that class because out of ignorance and pride of me thinking that because I came from a family of farmers and I was raised taking care of cattle and hogs, that I didn't have to study
Mhm.
or do anything, that an A would come easy.
Yeah, you had all the answers already.
Well, I had all the answers. That's just like a kid thinking, well, because everybody in my family is godly, I'm saved.
In
Yeah.
my experience,
And-
this is what I would have done.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so until you can, like, the only time that your past can help you is if
Mm.
you're humble enough to lean into it.
Mhm.
Think if I'd have taken that and gone, if thought at it is like, my grandfather's still alive, my dad's still alive, what resources do I have?
Oh, yeah.
It's amazing what resources I have to lean on to get an A in this class.
Right.
instead of some city boy trying to figure out animal science. I'm a country boy from a farmer. I should have leaned on that and gone, Dad, and learned from it. But instead I was a stupid snot-nosed
20-year-old
who thought he knew everything just because I was born into that.
Yeah.
And so the same thing applies with being a husband. I mean, should I think it just happens to me naturally because I had a good parental experience growing up, parent relationship growing up? No, it's because I leaned in on it maybe, and I watched Dad. I might not have had a lot of heart-to-heart conversations with him, but I was like, I can learn from him.
Yeah.
I want to watch his ways. how does he, or reflect on him, instead of just assuming that because he was that way, I'm going to be that way. So there takes some humility and I want to say ignorant or lack of ignorance, but just it takes humility to learn from what you have or don't have.
Yeah.
Anyway, I don't know if that made any sense.
It did.
It did in my brain.
It makes sense. Not that we don't think that city boys can learn ag science or animal science, by the way.
Right. but think of the resources I had.
Yeah. You were living on the farm, not in town.
Right.
Yeah.
And if I had, a great parent relationship, I should lean, if you have that, lean into that, ask them questions, learn from it. Don't just assume you're going to have a great marriage because your parents did, or fight that and go, well, if you didn't, then what do I not? I know, what not to do.
Right. And also as a husband and a father, we should be teaching them, talking to them.
Yes.
And saying, hey, this. You can do what I tell Caleb all the time. You're grown. You can do what you want to do. If you want my opinion, ask it. But I'm not going to give it until you ask it. You're going to have to learn on your own. And sometimes he don't like it.
Yeah.
But he takes it. But I'm man enough to say if I mess up or say something that I shouldn't say to him, I'm like, son, I apologize. I shouldn't have said that. And not justify why I said it. Just say, this is the way I felt.
Yeah.
And I think that mine and his relationship's gotten better for it.
Sure. I mean, that's
and part of that too is, I mean, the older we get, man, it's amazing how smart our parents get.
Man, I tell you
You know
what.
what I'm saying? They're geniuses now. I'm almost 50 and they're geniuses. And the older, not to say that you don't make mistakes, but the older Caleb gets, the smarter you're going to get in his mind. I mean, it will happen.
Right.
It will happen. It happened.
It will happen.
I mean,
Up until,
I'm not saying that my parents were perfect.
Yeah.
But there were certain things they told me. I'm like, y'all are idiots.
Mm-hmm.
And now I'm like, man, they was right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm getting at.
Right.
And I've gotten better, especially with JT now that he's at college, I will share my thoughts without expecting him to, like, he's 18. So I told him, I said, you're grown. You do what you want to do. I said, but as a father, I'm still going to tell you my thoughts on it, but I'm not going to get mad
when you don't take it.
If you don't take it,
right.
But I'm still going to tell it. So respect. Just, I've not said it nicely, but we're just respect. Show me respect by listening.
Yeah,
you don't have to take it. Just listen.
And then eventually you'll have to get like I get. So Shelby's out on her own. So I no longer offer that to her.
Right.
Because she's on her own. Now Dayton will ask me sometimes I'll offer it. Allison, same, Allison's pretty good about asking for it, for me and her mother. But when I give it, I don't give it with the anticipation that they're going to do what I think is right.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
And most of the time I do it thinking they're going to do the complete opposite of what I tell them. Now, a lot of times they do not that I'm telling them to do something, they ask for my opinion.
Yeah.
And I'll tell them, well, hey, if I was in that situation now, knowing what I know now,
right,
this is what I would do. And sometimes they don't. Sometimes they do. And eventually you'll have to, because let's be honest, our parents try to do it, especially when you have kids, man.
Mm-hmm.
Them jokers will tell you what you need to do. Like
Mhm.
daddy's like, you don't need to whoop her. What?
Mhm.
This coming from who?
Right?
You beat the brakes off me for half of that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I love you, Daddy.
So it's funny. I'd seen this video before, and I had sent it to my mom, and I thought it was really cool. It's a Matthew West story. I think y'all received it today too, and it was Matthew West.
Who sent it to us?
Well, I don't know if you got it or not. I don't remember who sent it, but it was a group text. I thought it was our Wednesday night class, but I'm not positive.
Oh yeah.
But is Matthew West telling a story, and he went to a camp. It was a father-daughter camp, which was very interesting. I'd never heard of, but he went to this camp, and they told him, "Okay, so here's what's going to happen. We're going to blindfold our kids, and we're going to blindfold the kids, and off the start, you're going to hold on to
That's
them,
why I didn't get it.
and you're gonna hold their
Sorry.
hands, and you're gonna walk with them. You're gonna tell them everything to do. So along the way, eventually they tell you like, hey, you can keep holding their hands, but you oh, let me preface this. 3 things I want you to tell them, and I want you to drill in their heads.
Mhm.
I'm always with you. You can ask me anything, and remember the sound of my voice. And drilled it in their heads, like, hey, we're saying this over and over. So he starts walking through the woods, and it's this little trip they're going on, and they're walking through the woods. The kids are blindfolded, and so halfway or so far through, they're like, okay, you can't say another word. You can lead them by your hand.
Until they ask. Until they
Can ask you anything, but
And
you can't say anything till they ask you. You can lead them with your hand. Well, after so far, they say, okay,
Let go of the hand.
yeah, you let go of the hand. You don't have to leave them, but you can't touch them anymore, and you just have to stay nearby. And he says his daughter gets down in a creek, and she's like looking at the bank, and she does not know what to do.
If some kind of counselor or something come along and says, you're going to go with me, and put her in the
Yeah.
creek in front of a tree.
And
Mhm.
she's just sitting there, and she doesn't know what to do. And she says, "Dad, are you there?" And he said, "Yes, I'm right here. I'll never leave you." And then she asks him a question. How do I get out of this? And he can answer her, but he can't lead her, right? He can't grab a hold of her and lead her. No, but he can answer her. So he was talking about it, and it hit me so well that is God. That is our Father.
He wants to steer us into the right
Yes.
direction.
But we
But
have to ask him.
we have
He's
to
not
ask
gonna he's not gonna give it to us. We have to ask him.
Yeah. Yeah.
We need to know his voice, and we need to know that he'll never leave us.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow.
Yeah. It was powerful. It was good.
And it made me think of it when we were talking about our, at a certain point, raising our kids. And I mean, I'm saying this from I'm grown, if you will, now, and I have
You're
kids. Well, I'm grown, but I just, it doesn't feel like it was that long ago. I came out of that stage where my parents were like, I'm here. I'll never leave you, but I'm not going to say anything until you ask me.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And now, like, I'm not going through that with my kids, but I know there's a day coming that
Sooner
that
you
I
think
need to
it,
raise them and ingrain that in their head. I'm
Yep.
here. I'll never leave you, and you need to know my voice
Mm-hmm.
and God's voice. And same thing with Christ. So
Yep.
it's just like, wow.
Good stuff.
So anything else we want to?
Yeah, the last part, I think I got 7 things here. 7 signs of a man is emotionally exhausted. I truly believe that it's something we need to recognize ourselves
Mm-hmm.
so we can reach out. Because you go back to Job, he had his friends there.
Mm-hmm.
That they seen a need, but
They sucked.
right. We don't want to be the friends, right?
Yeah.
No.
But first one, it says he stops having preferences, does not ask himself what he wants anymore. We learned it doesn't matter. It didn't matter. We go alone. It feels going alone feels easier than being honest. We need to recognize that. That is a big thing. 2, this is he wears a mask at home. He feels numb, flat, disconnected. but the moment someone shows up, he will flip the switch. He's funny, dependable, strong. We feel unsafe when letting people see how tired we really are.
But before you move on to the, and this goes with what you just said. So,
Mhm.
I run into Michael Williams.
Mm-hmm.
He listens to this. I don't know if he said anything to you or you the other night,
No.
but he legit listens to it. He said, you forgot one thing. I said, okay, what is that? And we were talking about the mental battles, and we were talking about what we do. And he said, humor. You mask it with humor.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And I got thinking about that, and I was like, man, you're right. And I had it written down, and I wanted to talk about like Robin Williams and
Oh yeah.
Chris Farley.
Yeah.
Who played in
Funniest guys.
Animal House? What was his name?
Oh,
Belushi.
yeah, Steve
Belushi,
Belushi.
There's several other comedians who either A, killed themselves, or B, slowly killed themselves with drugs and alcohol
Yes.
because they were battling a darker thing, and
Masking it with humor.
you masking
Yeah.
it. And I'm not going to go into great detail of what he and I talked about, but he made a very good point that, and you just said it. That's what that jarred my memory that Michael Williams said that, is that humor. And we do. We wear a mask. No one knew that Robin Williams had gotten that point in his life. There's another comedian that shot himself too. I can't think of his name. I can see his face, but I can't think of his name. But nobody knew that Robin Williams was at the point that he took his own life. And we're talking about one of the funniest men on the planet.
He was my,
Dude,
all-time favorite.
Yeah.
It legit bothered me. Well, when the news came out that he killed himself.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
legitly bothered me. Like, there's only two people that I did not know, I think. Yeah, I can only think of two that really did something to me. Robin Williams did something to me. And then I think the whole atmosphere of what, and I'm just going to say his name. We didn't say his name. We started this podcast like the week that happened to him.
Yeah.
Charlie Kirk.
Yeah.
Right. And I don't want to get in all that. I'm just saying everything that surrounded it, and it was both sides. One side went way extreme. Another side went way extreme. No matter what, a human life was taken, and his children saw this, and it's on videotape, and his children are going to be able to see this when they get older. Right. And it was a violent death.
Yes.
I wouldn't want that to happen to people that I don't politically
Agree with,
whatever agree with. We are all special because we're created in God's image.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so those two deaths really did something to me. Like, affected me in a way that surprised me because I didn't know these people, but we do mask it.
Yeah, and I want to say something too, because really both of those points really tie together, and I know what these, like we said this early on, is even though you're not telling people what's going on, people who are close to you, they know something's going on, right? And this is what you're getting at. I mean, number one was he stops having preferences. He's given up. I don't care. Whatever. When you're emotionally exhausted, you don't want to think, right? I don't care. Whatever.
Yeah.
I don't put any energy
that's your answer to anything that you should be stepping up to, right? And then he feels numb, flat, and disconnected. That's when he's wearing the mask, right? Like he's trying to be funny, strong, or whatever, but really he's numb, flat, and disconnected. And what it boils down to is if you're close to somebody, if it's a mask or not.
Oh yeah.
You know what it is.
I didn't say exactly what he said in that truck that night. So I'm going to say it now. Since he's talking
Perfect
about
opportunity right here, buddy.
He's talking about the people that know you. You know exactly what he said to me after that came out and we were coming home? He said, "We've left you alone too long."
Yeah.
That's exactly what he said. I'm like, dang.
Mm-hmm. Yep. We have. I'm gonna call you out on it. All right.
All right,
What was
number three?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. No, serious. Everybody wants to move on to number three.
Number
Take a
three.
little puff off my pacifier.
I'm gonna collect my thoughts on that, and we'll read.
He disappears into his work. Work does not ask. Let's put it this way. Work does not ask us to feel. It doesn't ask us to open up. Only ask for results. We trade connections for productivity. Fills the emptiness with task and deadlines.
I do not do that.
No.
Do you think I do that? I don't think I do that.
No, you go duck hunting. You go fishing.
Fishing?
You get away from work.
Yeah.
Well, or I just get away from people.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I did. I went duck hunting.
Mm-hmm.
I did.
Well, you disappear in that.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And I love it. I don't know why I love it, but I love it. And when I go there, I don't think nothing but looking at the sky, looking for them ducks to fall in. When I go fishing, that's what I do.
Yeah.
I guess that is kind of task oriented, but it's not work.
No, I fall into work because it's easy to disappear. You know, you just
because
forget everything else. I'm just diving into my spreadsheets and numbers and crunching it, you know.
But you don't have to
like
really,
that.
I mean, you have to people at work, but if you dive into it, you just said it. It's crunching numbers, spreadsheets. Where's this plant coming from? Where am I sending it? How am I going to get there?
Mm-hmm.
How many do they want? Mine is straight up peopling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I do reports, but to do those reports, I have to straight up people. And to be honest with you,
You're like, nope.
I don't want to people.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I didn't go to church yesterday because I didn't want to people.
Mm-hmm.
And I used a veteran duck hunt as an excuse. And I just said that publicly.
Yeah, you did.
And everybody's going to hear it. But I mean,
I see an altar call in the future.
oh, here we go. Now he's trying to shame and ridicule right there, baby.
Yeah.
That was his way of saying, JP, I love you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't do that. Do you do that? Do you throw yourself into work? I can see you doing that.
I do it all the time.
Yeah. Because you're not really people. It's task oriented. Hey, I got to fix this.
Right.
So I'm just going to draw in.
Because my mind is, you know, I have a tablet I go by. There's a troubleshooting process we go by. There is a schematics, wiring schematics, hydraulic schematics. So I spend all my time tracing, checking, and I'm like, I don't have time.
Yeah.
You know, I want to reach out to somebody. Hey, how y'all doing? You know, do this, do that, and I think about it, but like I don't have time for that.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, you know, if you think about it, if we're emotionally exhausted, mentally exhausted, something's out of control.
Yeah.
And work, fishing, whatever, insert it. It might not be work, but whatever we can control, that's where we go, you know, and I can control numbers. I can work numbers. I want to tell you what, I thought about this the other day. This is kind of random, but I got to say it. So you talk about, you go fishing. I thought about this the other day. My work is like fishing. In sales.
Okay.
Oh,
you're
casting.
You're baiting.
Right.
Yeah.
I was like, because this week, it's, and I hope I'm probably going to create enemies in this, but honestly, it's like, you throw out a lure.
Yeah.
You try to see if it'll get a bite, right? Yeah. You work it differently. You do this, you do that. Yeah. If it doesn't work at all, you change lures and you try something else, right? And like I thought about that the other day. I'm like, I have something.
You're fishing for sales,
and I want a bite on this. How do I present it to my customers to make them bite? Like, you just throw a lure out there and don't do anything. It's not going to get a bite.
No. You got to do the Vanna White.
It's how you work it.
But eventually,
I'm like, all right, I'm going to take this and I'm going to word these emails. I'm going to craft my conversation
because that.
And so if I get, there's a thrill in
getting
the sale.
Yeah, because you know your customers.
Yep.
You know JP wants whatever, right? And now we got a different version of this, and it's a better version. And you're going to be the first one to put it on the market.
Yep.
Right. You're not being deceitful or anything.
Mhm.
You
No.
know me, and you know I want this type of product. And now there's a new product, and and it's going to cost me maybe in the beginning a little more money, but in the long run, I don't have to spray it with this or that or the other because.
And
It's
as great as
modified.
as great as that lure is, as expensive as it is, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Unless you know how to use it.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing at work. And it's an addiction.
Yeah.
And it's like, I got to bite.
Yeah.
Are you saying I'm
gonna do
addicted to fishing and
I'm gonna do it
hunting?
again. Well,
I am.
there's
I
a
am.
thread.
I'm straight
But
up
anyway,
in.
what I'm saying is we can disappear into that. Like
Yes.
I get immersed into that, and I'm like, all right, that worked or that didn't work. What do I try again? And so I can just fall into that. So anyway, we'll move on.
Okay. Number 4.
Yeah.
He minimizes his pain, our pain. We minimize our pain, right?
Yeah.
So if I say, "How are you?"
I'm fine. I'm good.
I'm good.
Gravy.
Or are you okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a that's a
I know,
trap.
as soon as I seen I was like, nope.
Because telling the truth on how we actually feel makes us feel like a failure.
Yeah.
Mhm.
What was that guy that we on Wednesday night study? All those videos we were watching earlier on.
That tall, skinny guy.
Yeah. You know what FINE stands for? Remember that?
I don't remember it, but
Like,
it stands for.
That's guys' natural response when you say, "How are you doing?" Fine. I'm frustrated, insecure, nervous, and exhausted. So when a guy says, "I'm fine," that's what he means.
I didn't say fine.
He said, yeah. Hey, I'll take next time you do, just be like, I will be.
Yeah.
Change it up.
Yeah, just I will be. Oh, okay.
All right.
I'll take it.
No, well, go ahead. I'm sorry. No.
No, I was just hip. I don't know if we said this already, but I was already hip to the process by the time you
Yeah.
got to me.
Yeah. I waited a little too late, apparently.
No, y'all were back to back, son.
That's what I'm saying. I waited a little too late. I should have been the
Back to
first.
back.
Like 10 seconds.
Back to back, and it was almost in the same package.
Literally.
Yeah.
So, all right, number 5.
Number 5. This one gets me right here. We refuse support. We tell ourselves we have to carry it alone, that needing help would make us a burden.
Yeah. Even when people ask.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah, I'm okay.
Chris, I don't think I like you.
That ties into number 4. I'm fine. I don't need your help.
Right.
Number 6.
I'll kill myself before I say I need help. Not kill myself. I'm talking like I'll break my back.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, no. Where's that
fake bet, son?
All right, number 6. We better move on. We lose our spark. Music, hobbies, joy. What's once lit us up now feels like too much effort. Let's see.
Not because we don't care.
Yeah. Not because we don't care, because we are exhausted.
Yep.
I'll say amen to that because you better worry about JP Lucius.
The day you say I don't feel like going fishing,
You got that right, son.
like, hey, we need to have a talk.
You call the whole circle.
Everybody, hey, we're doing grilling steaks at JP's tonight. He doesn't know about it, but we are.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're sleeping there, taking him fishing in the morning.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, if we got to use him as the lure, we're going fishing.
If the weather's perfect, the fish are biting.
No,
And he
hey,
says,
I
I don't
will
feel
say,
like it.
The day that you turn down going hunting, not for a good reason, you're just like, I don't feel like it.
I did that this year.
I'm calling in. I'm calling everybody.
I did. Dayton's like, you want to go? And I should have went, but I didn't. I was like, no.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you know how ate up I am with it.
Ducks and turkeys and fish.
And turkeys is next, son.
Was it an emotional exhaustion?
I guess, according to that list.
So, you taking him turkey hunting this year?
Well, I asked him if he wanted to go.
Who, me?
Yeah.
I guess who showed some interest in it the other night? Gary Rogers.
Really?
He's never been.
Mm-mm.
Really?
I told him what he needed, and I told him, which I need to ask my little brother, but I'm pretty sure he wouldn't care. You know, I'm gonna take him. I'm gonna take Russell.
Yeah.
I know exactly where I could take him, son. Because I sat there and watched him walk by, going, "Dadgummit, baby!" And I mean,
There's some big ones.
Do it.
Some horses.
No, they're not. I don't want anybody else to think that they all Jake.
They short. They
I
short.
want them Jakes, and they barely even got a beard.
I saw all hens. I don't know what he's talking about. All right, number
7. This is the last one. This is another one that hits me. We snap at everything. It's not about the trash or the dishes. It's years of unmet needs and
pretty specific on that.
Yeah.
Now, I want to know why you said trash, homie.
They say it's pink pacifier.
I'm just saying.
Huh?
I'm just saying.
All right.
I'm the same way, man. Let me start over. Let me start over.
Borrow that pink pacifier from
In
me.
another hour now.
Well, hold on. Let me get him a couple more puffs in before
No,
we
go
get
ahead,
to
go
this.
ahead.
Yeah, listen to this real carefully, John Paul.
I mean, my whole government, man. All right, we snap.
We snap at everything. It's not about the trash or the dishes. It's years of unmet needs and unspoken emotional finally leaking out. Emotionally exhausted men do not fall apart loudly. We literally disappear slowly. One silence at a time.
You get snappy?
Oh, I do. I do.
For those
Man,
who
that's tough,
can't
dude.
see this and listening, they're looking at me, and I'm not saying anything.
I'm not looking. I'm not looking.
I mean, I'm looking at you, but that's not. I'm not. It's not blaming eyes. It's like, all right, who's going to talk first?
I'll just repeat the words. It's years of unmet needs and unspoken emotions. And it finally leaks out. I wouldn't. If you're snapping, bro, it ain't leaking out. That's
It's pouring out.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of things when stuff happens, especially since Caleb's still at home. I'm like, you're grown. You know what needs to be done. Yes, you pay rent, but you still help out around the house. I mean, it's not that hard. Come on. But it's like Stephanie tells me all the time. She's like, at the end of the day, if he leaves and buys his own place, guess what? You still gonna have to do it. And I'm like, would you shut up?
Yeah, but here's the thing: when he leaves and buys his own place,
he's gonna have to do it for
he's
himself.
gonna have to do it.
I know.
Yeah.
But that's the mama coming out.
Yeah.
Well, I get it.
You're going to have to do it anyway.
Yep. All right.
Yeah.
So,
That sounds all right.
Yeah.
I'll agree.
Do we need to move on, brother?
No.
Okay.
I'm just waiting on one of you fellas to talk about how snappy y'all get.
I just said, yeah. I agree.
I think all the wives are nodding their heads.
Oh, I guarantee you.
Oh,
my
they're
wife-
like, go on, admit to it.
There's just some things don't need elaborating.
My wife is bobbing that head like she is a bobblehead.
Yeah.
Just
Yep.
Well,
yours not in the teens yet either.
I'm not gonna say a word.
Yeah.
it ain't just kids though.
Oh, I know.
No.
Yes.
You know.
But a number of things.
Well, I mean, you just
Simple stuff. Somebody puts a plate right by the sink. Okay.
It won't,
I mean, come on.
it won't be that. All right, I'll give you an example. All right. Sorry, Joker. So Friday, what started that whole whatever, after I said the little wordy dirt and was talking to her about it, and she's like, well, yeah, you do slip and say wordy dirts, and something's going on with you. I'm like, whatever. She's got to go out of town for work. I didn't get married. We all have to do it. I don't know why it aggravates me. It does. David knows it. I'm just being transparent. Amanda knows it. It shouldn't aggravate me, but it does. It aggravates me less now, but it especially now that, Allison's not in high school, whatever,
Mm.
they're pretty much self-efficient. But it aggravates me a little bit. And not it doesn't aggravate me when it comes to her. She's not at home.
Mm-hmm.
One thing is she's hours away from me.
Mm-hmm.
Something happens, it's going to take me hours to get to her.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So she's like, well, I'm thinking about staying here so I don't have to get up early in the morning. Well, she's talking about staying in Memphis before she has to leave. I'm like, you're not staying another night away from me.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't say it like I said it to y'all, though. Right. Right. And so
You said
she's
more lovingly.
no.
Oh, okay. Excuse me.
No. And I snapped at her, and that caused an issue.
Mm.
And I told David, I said, well, she's mad at me. I text her, hey, I shouldn't have said anything until I got all the information, because she didn't tell me it was early. She's like, I'm going to stay the night in Memphis. And I'm like, you're not staying an extra night away from me. And then that's when she told me what time the flight was. Now, see, I'm justifying me snapping, and I shouldn't have. And so I text her, like, hey, in my defense, imagine that, I didn't know all the information before I said anything. It's unfair for me to want you to work all day long, come home, turn around, basically ride around, and go back to the airport.
Mm-hmm.
You should stay in Memphis. She don't say nothing. It wasn't 15, 20 minutes after that, we're in a text thread. And it may have been you that text something in it, and she replies right to it. I was like, whoa, hold up, sucker. And she's replying all day long to this text thread because we're all just like goofing around or whatever. So I do snap. Again, I'm actively, is that a good way to put it? I'm actively struggling with something
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, in the moment. Yeah.
in the moment. Little brother snitched me out. I think I said that on here already.
Mhm.
I don't know how to process it. And some of those things there is what I do. And what I have been doing. I don't throw myself in. I don't want to go to work when this stuff happens, but I go to work. Like,
Mhm.
I didn't want to go to work this morning. If it was still duck season, I'd have figured out a way to go duck hunting. But I don't know the answers to that. You said you wanted to go deeper on this because it's something that, and I'm fixing to out you, that you deal with as well.
Mhm.
And I don't know the answers to it. When we did it, back in, Lord, when did that episode air?
Well, into October-ish, somewhere
Yeah, I
around
was
there.
say
Yeah.
there.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
that episode was in a very general sense, where this is more on the family unit,
Yeah.
the emotional parts inside the family unit, and so, like, I mean, there's no perfect answer. If I had to sum it up in a nutshell, you said it somewhere in here, we got to get back to the basics.
Mhm.
The basics is God's design. It's man is the head of the household. And honestly, we didn't talk about this, but part of God's design is that the children are to honor their mother and the father, right? Also in Galatians 5, it says, well, in other places, it's, am I jumping?
No. That
Am I
was the last
jumping?
part of it. No, you go
Oh,
ahead.
I'm sorry. But we're supposed to love wives as Christ loves the church. The end of that Galatians 5 says that husbands are to love your wives, and wives are to respect your husbands.
Mm.
All right. We know what the basics are. All this mental and emotional exhaustion happens because it's all broken. It's
Right.
it's a broken system.
Mhm.
Well, we've got to be humble enough to say, I'm not right all the time. You're not right all the time. We got to give each other grace and mercy on this and work it out. And it can't be a bunch of justification.
Mm.
Right.
Well, so I have a question. You're right.
I don't know.
But I do have a question for you.
Okay.
what happens when all that emotional stuff comes from things that aren't in your home? So I'm trying to be very vague.
Yeah, I know. I don't have an answer for that.
Yeah. What and I'm curious because someone asked me last night, not how do you move on from this? And the verbiage that this person used really stuck out to me. And I don't know if this person meant to use this verbiage or if this person was just talking, but it's how do we move on from this?
Mm.
Like, hey, us and Amanda and David and all these people were. That's the way I took it as the
Yeah,
we. How do
right.
we move? You're not alone. How do we move forward? How do we get past this?
Mhm.
But my question is, what happens when the boogeyman taps you on the shoulder?
Mhm.
The boogeyman's not in your house. I mean, I guess you bring him into the house,
Yeah.
but you know what I'm saying? It may not have been from you or your wife not sticking to the design.
Right. Yeah. No, I get it.
I don't know if this is the right answer or not. I'm just throwing thoughts, if you will. The only thing I can think of in whatever situation is, I don't know. But you deal with the situation you got ahead of you, right? You deal with it however physically you need to, and or emotionally. You figure out how you feel about it. How you want to confront it. But at the same time, like after that, if it's outside your household and if it's affecting your household, then you've got to set boundaries. You've got to put up those walls, if you will. I'm not saying that. And if we're talking about a person or people, I'm not saying you're not showing love, but you're like, hey, you're no longer allowed in my front yard. You're allowed on the sidewalk, and I love you, but if you're going to cause this effect in my household, then you're getting moved. Like you're getting put into a place that you're not going to affect my household in a negative way.
But so I'm actively struggling.
That Coke.
So we had some technical difficulties. I accidentally hit the mouse when I was moving my hand.
Yeah.
That's not a fidget spinner. Get that thing away
No,
from
so
me.
I'm gonna we're fixing to end this, but I'll splice this in like we did the last time. So what was I saying? I'm
You were talking
actively
about
struggling with this, right?
yes.
But I'm trying to get to that point.
Mhm.
But in that process, I'm worrying people. I am worrying people
Mhm.
because I'm not myself. I'm this. I'm not. What'd you say? Spark. One of the things was a spark.
Yeah,
I'm not saying I got a spark.
We lose our spark.
But there's something definitely different. I don't see it, but apparently the people around me, there's something different about me that clued individuals into this.
Yeah. So I wouldn't say, how do I say this? It may have worried some people, but I think, I can't speak for David. I don't think I was worried as much as, okay, if you need something, I need you to know in the front of your brain, not in the back, in the front.
Okay.
I'm here.
I need to actively know that I could come.
Yes.
Mhm.
Like I'm here. Like you don't have to use me. Like if you don't need me, okay, I get it. But if you need me, I'm here. I need you to know that like if it's something light and you're like, hey, I'm just kind of, it's whatever, right? Then okay, that's fine. But if it's something heavy and like you're wanting to discuss it, you're wanting a sounding board, then I'm here. I don't want you. I want you to know, like, hey, there's a boundary of men around you,
And
and
that's
you're
what
not
Chris said at the very
Yeah.
beginning that he doesn't want to feel like a burden. I mean, that's probably where you're. That's why you're not going to us about it. But like I know that you are right now in this moment, and we're not giving you any help. So I don't know how we're any good about it. But
it's not that you're not giving me any help. These are things that I'm curious about. Like,
yeah, I mean,
So
whether
my thing is you're trying to fix it, right?
no, I'm trying to process it.
Okay.
I'm trying to do a David Knuckles and wrap my brain around it.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out why it is bothering me as bad as it's bothering me.
Mhm.
I'm trying to figure out why it has brought the boogeyman back into my life. Do you understand what I mean by the boogeyman?
Mhm.
When I turn off the mic, I'll tell you exactly what I mean. But like, there, I'm a grown adult. I don't look under my bed to see if the boogeyman's under there, right?
Right.
But now, not that I do now, but I'm using this as an analogy.
Mhm.
Mentally and emotionally, I'm looking under the bed because I think the boogeyman's in there, and I close the closet
Mm.
door because the clothes in my closet look like the boogeyman,
Mhm.
Mm.
right? Things that I thought as a child, emotionally, that's what I'm doing now.
Mhm.
You're trying to find a process how to fix it, but on top of that, you're trying to protect yourself on top of it, which is causing different emotions to come out
Mm.
that people, close ones, are worried about you. You understand what I'm saying?
And they're worried about me because they pull people out of church, and I'm not fussing.
No.
I'm not fussing at all. Someone's like, "Well, don't be mad." And he called me today, and it was Nathan. Did I say that earlier? It was my
Yeah.
little brother.
Mhm.
He called me today. He said, "Are you mad at me?" I said, "What are you talking about?" I was trying to act like I didn't know he was the one that was concerned enough to go to people and say, "Hey, look, you've had these hard conversations about life, period, with this man. I love him enough to know I'm his little brother. He's probably not going to process because, I mean, he even said this on the phone. JP may not process it for me because he's supposed to be the one guiding me, not me
Mhm.
guiding him."
Mhm.
And so I am fortunate enough to have those people, you know. Um, my wife, I joke around about her snitching on me, but it comes from a place of love.
Yeah.
Right.
Nathan, that came from a genuine concern and love.
Mm.
When I say people are worried about me, it's like, you know me and David knows me, but Nathan grew up with me. Like,
Yeah.
he knows me. You know what I'm saying? Your wives know you better than any of us know you. So
Yeah.
Amanda knows me. And when they are reaching out, they're seeing something in me that I don't see. And then y'all may catch little glimpses of it.
Yeah.
And then after they bring it to your attention, you're like, "Well, now that you mentioned that."
Yeah.
Because if Amy came to me and said, "Hey, this,"
Mhm.
or Stephanie, "Hey, this," or Taylor,
Mm.
I think back in my mind, well, I kind of excused that a little bit, but it was enough to draw my attention to it. And you know what I'm
Make you
saying?
look closer.
Mhm.
And then
Mhm.
now your wives are telling me this. Now I'm really looking closer.
Yeah.
So I understand where it's coming from when it comes to those people.
Yeah.
But anytime you got anytime somebody has got you wrapped around the axle, if you don't care about that person, it's easy to get over it.
Yeah.
You know, but it doesn't matter if they're in your household or outside of your household. If you genuinely love or care for somebody who is causing you
Yeah.
emotional turmoil,
Mhm.
then yeah, I mean, what do you can't just get over it. You don't
No.
want to just write it off and go,
No.
okay, I'll shrug it off. I mean, if you care about that person, I mean, you go to them. I don't know.
Maybe you have a conversation if it's beneficial.
And maybe that's the hard part. Maybe that's what you don't want. You know, that's always the hard part, right? I don't
Yeah.
care if it's your wife or your kids or whatever.
Mm.
Addressing it is always the hard part.
Yeah.
And
All right.
there's your pill to swallow.
Yeah. Not me, but the
Oh,
world.
yeah.
The
Sorry.
world.
Hypothetically.
The world. World.
Yeah.
I'm
is
not
love.
taking my own medicine.
All right. How we gonna wrap this up?
I know you didn't. Well,
The one thing that, of course, that was my last question. So,
Yeah.
what do we do to fix this?
I don't know the answer to that.
I mean, the only thing I can tell you is draw closer to Jesus. And in
Yeah.
Galatians 5, it's the freedom of a Christian. Keep reading it. I
Mhm.
mean, I'm not going to, it's long. And that's the only way I know. You keep your, I know you do. We all do. We keep our mind and focus on Jesus
Mhm.
and read the Bible, but sometimes it's Satan always likes to knock us back another 2 steps.
Well,
Yes, it
when we
Likes to
get
be
in
louder.
when we get in these situations, we don't do what Scripture says to draw near to Him,
Right.
and He'll draw near to us. We don't,
Mm.
or I don't. I'll just say I don't.
Yeah.
That's why I slipped and said a wordy dirt in front of David. You know, because I haven't been drawing near to Him in that process. That was another reason why I didn't want to do this, because I was like, man, I've been spending time with Him.
Yeah.
You know,
Maybe that should have been point number 8 on the signs, is that we do pull away from God.
Mhm.
You know.
I mean, we do.
Mm-hmm.
When you were dealing with your dad, I call it, I just let a little rope when I think he's getting too far.
Yeah.
You know. But
So the truth, which is light, uncovers, right?
Mhm.
We don't want to come
We don't want it to
about.
come to light.
Yeah. So what do?
Keep it.
We keep it in the dark.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
makes sense.
That was how you started the whole thing
Yeah.
with that.
Good. It was good. I got to do a little more work to it tonight than I normally would, because my fat thumb. I was like, I looked, and it was like,
I didn't even know you
The
could
cursor
cancel.
was right on the right spot.
well, I didn't cancel it. It was on stop,
I don't even know how. Like,
and I hit it. I mean, I
And
hit
he
that thing
barely
just for.
touched it, and it moved it.
that's crazy.
Yeah, I clicked it right here. I
Yeah.
was like, I went boom,
Yeah.
and I was like, what?
So what's the schedule moving forward?
Ooh.
Was
Okay.
this the like, are we resetting? Am I like a next topic? Is it
No.
1, 2,
Well,
3?
we
Oh,
were
you-
no. This was supposed to be yours, and then
Yeah,
we.
your guess.
Yeah, and you
I
you
got
decided
you, bro. I
that
got you.
you decided, which was a good choice.
Yeah.
And I think we ought to try to do that next guest we have. Like, hey, what do you want to talk about?
Mm-hmm.
And I think Amanda agreed. We allowed Chris to talk a lot.
Well, it did.
I think it went great.
But she may say I talked to him. I don't think I talked.
No, I don't
didn't
think you
wanna-
did.
No. You was pretty quiet.
Amanda always
She might-
says we don't allow our guests to talk.
She may be
enough.
like, JP, why don't you talk a lot on this one?
She might. So in the rotation, it was you, Stanton, then me.
JP. And
So
then
Stanton,
unplug.
yeah, Stanton is the next. Do you have an idea?
I do. I mean, it's gonna be a tough one, honestly.
It can't be no tougher than I'm vaping on this one. Is it going to be one I vape on, or is it just going to be tough for us to do?
It's just gonna be tough in general.
Oh,
It's just
He's just trying to cover all the bases.
it was a topic that was how do I say it? Encouraged, and something that everybody deals with. It's funny because I think it was like the first episode or second episode I brought up saying no, like learning to say no, and you was like, hey, when you learn it, let me know.
so that's what it's going to be. Learn.
It's roughly saying no, balancing. How do I say this? Balancing home, work, ministries, all that. Like trying to figure out how you're not neglecting your home, but you're also not neglecting your work.
I think that's
And not
fitting
neglecting
that you're
God.
doing it
Mm.
because I love you, Taylor. She said she does and doesn't benefit.
Yes.
And what I got out of that is because at that point, you had a lot of irons in the fire.
Yeah. I mean, I still do it in certain instances. Yeah.
Not as many.
No, not as many as I
Couple
did have.
less.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. And that was the first time that
I've learned a lot in this season. I'll say that.
well, and that's what life's about.
Yeah.
But in that reaction and seeing her face,
Mm-hmm.
I was like, ooh, like that's real. That was a very real moment. And
Yeah.
and I'm not bashing you.
No.
I'm not at all, because
I mean, she'll tell you right. Yeah, he needs to learn to say no.
I mean, she said that too. Yeah. Well, I was like, well, you need to learn to say yeah. Yep. She like pushed you out of the way and got to the mic. So I think it's very fitting for you to do that. I don't think I have a hard time saying no.
No.
Do you?
Mm-mm. You do what you want to do.
This guy. How did he turn that? I was trying to be positive. He turned it into a negative.
No, he said, no, you do whatever you want
No,
to do.
you march to the beat of your own drum.
That's right. Yeah.
You're a rebel, JP.
That's
That
right.
goes back to number one.
What was that?
What was number 1 point?
Pulling back.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Turd.
Yeah.
So it'll be yours.
Yeah.
And then it'll be mine. I have no clue what I'm going to do. And I have no clue how y'all want to proceed.
Yeah.
If we want to still do every other week. So we're not going to even say that probably.
Yeah, we'll talk about it. We'll figure it out.
I mean, y'all just let me know if me and Amanda need to do something or we just take a week off like we have been doing. It was a good thing that her and I taped that, and I wasn't going to put it out at first. And then I was like, maybe I need to hold on to it just in case we do have the snow and all that, or ice, whatever we had.
Yeah.
We had both, I guess, didn't we?
More ice and snow.
Yeah.
Sleet and freezing rain.
The roads, man, it took a whole,
2 weeks almost.
yeah, there's still some ice on the roads. I
Yeah.
went down Dancyville Road this morning and there was still ice on the roads. So we'll figure it out. Christopher,
Yes, sir.
thank you.
Anytime.
We appreciate it. So now that you done pulled that Band-Aid off, it's over with now, son. You know we do have repeat guests.
That's right. That's
Nathan's
right.
been on twice.
I got you.
It'll get easier. It'll get easier.
So since it was David's episode,
Mm-hmm.
oh, do we want to pray? We didn't even
Yeah,
pray.
we didn't even start with prayer.
And then you can sign us out.
All right, that'll be good. So I'm closing and signing us out.
Yep.
Yeah, because unless you want me, I pray. Man, I pray. I guess I need to talk to Jesus.
There you go.
That's what he wanted
A little
anyway.
alone time.
That's what he wanted right there. All right. Dear gracious Heavenly Father, Lord, just I want to thank you for the people that you've placed in my life, Father, that you've placed in my life to set a hedge of protection around me for myself, Father. I want to thank you also for Chris's willingness to get on here and talk very transparently, Father, and just laying all this on his heart. Father, I just want to thank you for the opportunity to sit around and do this. And I pray that everybody realizes that the things that we say are ultimately to edify and glorify you in your son's name, Father. Father, I just pray that through this process of me working things out and if anybody else is struggling at this table to work things out, I just pray that we do what Scripture says and that we draw near to you because it says that you'll draw near to us, Father. Father, I pray that you keep us safe and continue to bless this and bless us through this process, Father. Father, we just thank you and praise you in your son's name. Amen.
Amen.
All right.
Go for it.
Rock Kazat.
Be strong and courageous.
Peace out.
There you go.
I forgot it.
We don't know what we're engaged with. Did you know that you have the armory of heaven? That you have everything you need for life and godliness to push the enemy forces back? And so when you hear talk, your knuckles spiritually should immediately turn white. And you should find yourself gritting your spiritual teeth with a belligerence against the enemy. He goes down. There are souls that must be